Hey, so we have a contest winner to announce.
Ooh,
exciting.
wow.
Hey, remember our SDP FanZone Scoreboard contest that we were doing?
Sure it is.
Yeah, well, we got a winner. His name's Steven Smolish of Ottawa, Ontario.
What? I thought it was Dangle.
No, sorry, it wasn't Steve Dangle. No, it's Steven
Shout out other
Smolish
Steve. Yay.
of Ottawa, Ontario.
Fine.
And weirdly enough, Steven's favorite team, and this is how he's going to have it branded, because remember, every FanZone Scoreboard is branded. You can get them in all 32 NFL teams, all 32 NHL teams. What's Steven's favorite team in?
I think you're expecting me to say the Sens. I'm going to go with Bruins.
Okay.
Habs.
Tampa Bay Lightning.
What?
Yeah. Isn't that
Take
crazy?
it back.
Isn't that nuts?
Take back the prize.
How do you become a Lightning fan in Ottawa? That's an interesting one.
I'm going to, Steven, I'm going to key it. Before we send it to you, I'm going to key it.
Anyway,
No,
congratulations
that's
to
awesome.
him. If you want the coolest thing in your basement, in your garage, whatever, you got to check out fanzonescoreboards.com. NFL, NHL, officially licensed, all teams, even if you're a Tampa Bay Lightning fan in Ottawa.
I'm gonna punch
Wow.
I'm gonna punch it, and then you're gonna get fined for it.
The Steve Dangle Podcast with your hosts, Steve Dangle, Adam Wilde, and Jesse Blake.
Oh, man. So, post Super Bowl, early Olympics, I want to do a big shout out to Matteo Rizzo.
Oh,
Matteo Rizzo. He has helped Italy secure its first team figure skating medal in its country's history, obviously in Milan, which is pretty special. And his message to the crowd, because each figure skater gets a message to the crowd, said, Forza Ferrari.
oh,
He's a member of the Tifosi. And it's
Oh.
good reminder, by the way, that Nailing the Apex is still happening, but coming back in full at the end of the month because the F1 schedule kicks off in early March, man. Let's get back to it.
yeah. Oh man, I was looking forward to that.
Now, Steve, I know you're
Sorry.
a big open wheel racing fan. Also, really important note. Today is your warning that Super Bowl and Valentine's Day are on the same day next year.
Oh,
So get your plans in now. I'd load up on that Saturday if you want to watch the Super Bowl.
so honey, I was thinking we could just like order wings.
Heart-shaped wings, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, Boston Pizza does that heart-shaped pizza. That's always cute. It's adorable. Now, I also, Jesse, there's this, the second link here I've got. I want to do shout out to the MVP. Okay? Shout out to the MVP.
Got it.
That's most valuable puppy from the Puppy Bowl.
Oh,
There was a couple of puppies that broke people's hearts during the Puppy Bowl yesterday. And there was one that had disabilities, and he had the wheels and the cart and everything.
I didn't see this.
Oh my
Was this
God.
before the
It
game.
just wanted, yeah, they always do this. Animal Planet does.
Sorry, I was on the ice.
But this guy is Remi. Remi was too afraid to participate in the Puppy Bowl, and he hung out in the corner the entire time.
Rem.
So Remi won the underdog award.
Rem.
He looks like Jesse's dog, but with longer hair,
Help him.
a little bit.
They have similar colors.
Yes. Color
Yeah,
scheme.
the colors are very similar. Yes, to waffles.
He looks like a fluffy wishbone.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Remi was just a little overwhelmed by the whole experience, and so I thought we'd give Remi a bit of a shout out for being a brave boy.
No, Remi deserves this shout out.
Yeah. Isn't he cute?
Were they given treats?
They were.
hugs?
Some dogs love to get in. Some dogs were like, nah, I don't think so, man.
No, I don't want
The Puppy
Yeah.
Bowl is a great watch every year. They really lean into all the dog related puns and everything. The halftime show is cat cheerleaders. yeah, everything. It's awesome and like just
Oh, because dogs are boys and cats are girls. We all know this.
Yeah.
Well, you couldn't get
God,
cats.
yes.
but
Cats are not going to get involved the same way dogs are, Jesse.
Right.
I don't know how much of the gender is involved. All I know is the
No,
sport.
I'm not.
The scoring a touchdown, you're taking the toy and you got to carry it over to the end zone. And it's funny because the dogs don't know that is the goal. So they're just running around. Often you'll see them, they'll run and be like, they're going to the end zone. Then they'll just stop and drop the toy. And you're like, why did you stop 5 yards short?
Imagine, Jesse, if you were in a big building and you didn't know what was going on or what anyone was saying. And then you were brought into the middle of that building and it's just full of 70,000 dogs going. That is the equivalent of what Remi had to endure.
Yeah.
And I understand why Remi was terrified.
Absolutely. It's a lot. The next thing I wanted to hit was something that Darren Ravel always puts out, as annoying as he can be on Twitter. And as weird as he can be, because he's teaching his 12-year-old how to gamble on free-to-play apps. True story. I thought this was interesting. It's the $180 Super Bowl burger.
Yeah, I'm gonna show some of the other ones, because it wasn't just Darren Ravel. A lot of people did content around these burgers, so I'm gonna show you a couple of the videos of the burgers. In real life. It's an absolutely incredible spectacle that they had at the Super Bowl.
So it's a cheeseburger with braised bone-in beef shank, roasted mirepoix, demi-glace, I don't even know what that is, point raised blue cheese fondue, and it's on a brioche bun. And I love a brioche bun. Brioche buns are elite. Look at these guys. Look at all this. Look at the Super Bowl food.
They got the spread there, but I'll go back to the main event.
That's a monster.
That's what we got to call it.
Hey guys, we got you the influencer platter.
Look at
Be
that.
sure to throw out 80% of your food into this bucket.
Yeah. Also, they gave them a wooden knife and fork as though those are going to survive that.
Yeah.
They'll snap in half. Give me metal cutlery, damn it.
Well, you got to be environmentally friendly at the Super Bowl.
I'll show you another fan who paid the $180 to get it. Would you guys pay that?
No.
Would I pay $180 for a burger?
No.
Here's another view of the $180
it doesn't even
burger.
look that way.
Is there one toilet for every person?
So I like this one because this is a true fan who just bought it, right? The last guys, they're from Stadium Eats, like a channel. They always do this kind of stuff. So they're going to get the one that looks the best.
Yes.
The people there, they're going to know, these are content guys.
We got to make
the
sure.
one that looks like pristine, like the Instagram shot.
Yeah.
This is just a dude, a Seahawks fan, who's like, I got $200. Why not blow this? I'm at the Super Bowl once in a lifetime, and this is what it actually looks like.
Yeah.
That looks a little ectoplasmy for me.
Here's my burger with you ever see those videos where they drain a cow's abscess? Yeah. Anyway, so that's what that looks like.
You can notice the bone marrow thing. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Sticking out of the top. It doesn't look as appealing as in the influencer one.
No.
No.
They went a little overboard on the blue cheese there.
Look at that.
I got to be honest with you. There are things that I would be willing to pay $200, like a great steak, like a great, once a year sort of steak meal for sure. But I look at that and I'm like, you're making that on a mass, right? That is not, are you really using the highest quality ingredients, or are you charging me for the look?
If I pay $180 for something and you give it to me in a cardboard container, we're throwing hands.
No, okay. That I think is a fair point.
I'm hopping over the
There's
counter.
another
One more view.
See, that bun looks very different.
That's a lot of cheese.
Yeah.
That's what that is, just cheese and cream, right?
This burger is called the Dude,
Now it is.
I'm running out of the
As
building.
they said, it's meant to be eaten by multiple people.
Yeah, no
it's
shit.
a 4-person kind of meal, so you're not gouging this whole thing down your throat. But still, don't want it.
For anybody that might be listening, it doesn't look like a brioche bun. It looks like a really fucked up croissant on top
It does.
Like somebody took mayo, and even though it's blue cheese, it looks like fucking mayo, and probably the thickest shank you've ever seen in your life.
It was a spooky ghost, Adam.
And then there's some sort of weird Thousand Islands dressing pooled around the bottom. No, this does not look good to me. This is
Especially for $200.
You guys have been out. We were all in university and college once. I've seen that yellow goo that's around the bottom on the sidewalk so many times outside of a bar.
I don't think it looks
That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like.
No, this is we've all been on TikTok. This is the cow's hoof is up in the thing.
Oh, God.
And look, it's got a rock in there, so you got to carve back the layers of.
So satisfying though when they
So
carve that out.
Oh, what a relief for this heifer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
And you hear the cow in the background this really hurts.
So
hey,
can we do some other Super Bowl eats?
hell yeah, let's do it.
If you don't mind,
I do mind.
giving me
I'm
a
kidding.
second. I think the Super Bowl is a prime time for Fat Guy Corner.
You know
right?
what? Let me do this really quick, Jess. While you're pulling that stuff up, I want to shout you out. because on the SDPN YouTube channel, Jesse Blake broke down the top Super Bowl commercials. It's already sitting at, as of this recording, at like 130,000 views.
Yep.
And he just put it up like 24 hours ago, or less than. So check it out. It's obviously high quality content because it's Jesse Blake. But it's also really good.
Super Bowl commercials, bigger, like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe even like 20 years ago. It had a different kind of momentum around it. Now it's they release them like 2 weeks early. They're all on YouTube. You're not actually sitting there watching cable television to be like, this is the one time I'm going to see this commercial, and then I'm never going to see it again.
They ruined the premiere.
Yeah.
They ruined the premiere. Yeah. We don't need the early showings. Wait till the Super Bowl and then put it on YouTube afterwards. I don't understand why they
Used
do
to be, did you see that?
that. Yeah.
There's not a did you see that factor to Super Bowl commercials anymore.
Can I be honest with you? I saw one yesterday that probably didn't make yours because it's Canadian, but it was a no frills commercial. And they're like, here's our no frills Super Bowl halftime show, blah, blah, blah. And they like took ingredients that were also artists. So they had like M&M's, salt and pepper, like whatever. And it was actually like really creative. I'm like, damn. All right, Galen Weston, you got me this time.
You know what? Maybe he's not so bad based on this one thing.
It was good marketing. I got to give him that.
Wait, is he? No, never mind.
No.
Do you remember when we had beef about a Super Bowl commercial argument on this show a couple of years ago? I want to say it was the 23 Super Bowl, maybe 24. No, it wouldn't have been. Yeah, maybe it was 2 years ago. There was a Super Bowl commercial. We came on here the next day and like we argued about it because it was like controversial.
What was it?
I don't remember. I was wondering if just mentioning it would spark anybody's memory about it. Do you
Maddie's got her hand up.
Maddie.
Was it the Kendall Jenner Pepsi one?
No, that was years ago. Jesse and I did that on Kiss. That was
Yeah.
Oh, was that long
That's
away?
when she gave Pepsi to a police officer, and then they all got along, which is what's happened in America since. Thank God.
Somebody listening will remember.
Yeah, I can't.
Or maybe
remember
I'll try and find it by the end of the show. But I'll look for it. Anyways, Super Bowl eats Fat Guy Corner. Let's start with the drinks, snacks and beverages. Going to the Super Bowl, Santa Clara, you're paying $22.50 for a premium draft beer.
American,
That's $30 Canadian dollars.
at least.
32-ounce souvenir soda, $12.
Oh, okay.
It's actually
That is so much damn soda, though.
32 ounces of soda is insane.
That is, I don't think Americans understand their soda culture
yeah.
compared to the rest of the world.
When's
Like
the last
that's
time you-
We don't
When
drink
was the
that
last
much
time
soda.
you guys had a? We don't call them
Pop?
sodas here. We call them pops here. When was the last time you had one?
like just a can of pop.
Yeah,
Can't think of it.
Jesse. When was the last time you had a can of pop?
I had a ginger ale, I want to say in like December because my tummy hurt.
Okay, question: does ginger ale count?
I don't think it does. I'll tell you, because ginger ale has medicinal qualities. I'm talking about just straight up enjoyment.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I had a root beer.
It
I had a
it
pet.
has to be like 10 years. I don't drink pop.
I don't drink it either. I don't drink it at all. My wife has one Diet Coke a day because she's one of those addicts.
Yeah, no, my wife.
She's
is
one of
huge.
those.
She's an addict. Yeah, for sure.
Diet
She'll be
Coke
the first one to admit that. But she has her one Diet Coke. That's it.
Yeah.
I'd rather her do that than like do something like smoking, right? So
Yeah.
but it's,
does like a mixed bevy count? Like I've had like a White Claw recently.
No.
Like,
that doesn't.
That's a White Claw.
That's a White Claw.
But
That's
like,
not
there's, like,
32
soda
ounce
in it.
souvenir soda.
But it's soda and sugar and
It might
alcohol.
literally be better for you.
Yeah, because some of those drinks
What is
are
he
like
talking about, Maddie?
yeah.
I didn't say have a bunch and get behind the wheel of a forklift. I said
You did not say it.
Calorically.
Yeah, like
I think they're probably comparable.
Remember we worked with Neutral during the playoffs?
Yeah, I love
Neutral
Neutral.
has no sugar.
I love
It's
Neutral
all just
vodka.
they sweat the flavor out of the thing, and then
Great, I'm gonna
there's
have
no
one
sugar.
and-
So I would argue it is probably better.
I'm gonna go on my Peloton after
crush a Neutral and then
2
go
or
for a
3
ride.
neutrals. And then I'm gonna put it in drive. That's what I'm doing. I'm putting that Peloton in friggin' drive.
I think Sprite might be a little better than neutral vodka.
Yeah, well, the sugar content is always what you worry about. But yeah, 32 ounces of soda, like holy mother of
That's
God.
a lot of soda.
Who are you splitting that with? You're not drinking that on your own.
I think Americans drink that on their own.
No way. 32
What are you talking
ounces?
about? I think this is a very normal size of souvenir soda.
So they have in Starbucks in the United States, they have a higher, you know how we have like a veggie?
Their Trenta,
Trenta.
Is like, so we have the Trenta here. I
We
think
do?
you can get it. I'm not sure, maybe. But like that Trenta is like they're large. Like
And that-
the sizes are even bigger.
And that's 20 ounces of coffee.
Yeah, if you bring down the sizes from as soon as you cross the border. Like if you go to McDonald's, like their medium is our small.
Yes.
You know?
Dude, Denny's in
Or sorry, I
Niagara
did that.
Falls versus Denny's in Buffalo
yeah.
is insane.
Yeah. As like a kid, when we go down to like Buffalo for the shopping, the outlet stuff, when we go to Pennsylvania, they have the great outlet malls in Pennsylvania.
Yes, absolutely.
I would like, that would be the best part is the fast food. Cause like, oh, I got a medium fries. It's actually a large fries.
Yeah.
You know, and I would lose it as a kid.
And when you're a
Awesome.
teenager, that's great. But when you're older, you're like, my tummy's really...
Yeah, I don't think I care for it.
But like, they're getting more bang for the buck in America.
Oh, well, yeah.
You guys got it good.
They do. They do.
Do they call it a 32 ounce soda because 2 pounds sounds too aggressive?
2 pounds. Those are different units.
Isn't 16 ounces to a pound?
Oh, I don't actually know.
What is
I don't,
liquid?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. I don't.
Fluid ounces
I don't know.
is
I don't-
32 ounces.
I'm no Scientologist, but I don't think those
I think you're
things-
talking about gallons and
I don't
stuff like
think
that.
those things
I
go
don't
together.
know, man. I haven't been in high
32
school for a
ounces
very
is,
long time.
It says 32 ounces is 2 pounds.
Yeah, but we're not measuring weight here.
Yeah, we're fluid. These are fluid ounces.
These are liquid.
Okay, 32 fluid ounces.
This is the dumbest conversation we've ever
There
had.
hasn't been an NHL game since Thursday.
It's easily top 5 dumbest conversation.
We're trying,
we've ever had.
folks. We'll get to it. Shut up.
32
Shut up.
fluid ounces is equal to a 0.25 gallons. Exactly 1/4 of a U.S. gallon. There you go.
Can they?
I know they're fucking.
Can you stop?
Stupid.
Can you stop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody else in
Okay.
the world switched, and the United States was like, not fucking us. Okay.
Yeah.
If you don't win gold at the Olympics, you have to stop.
Imperial system
All right.
sucks ass. Let's put it that way.
put it on the line. You have to stop.
All right. Now,
No.
Jesse, what else you got here?
So pretzel sticks, $10. They come with Tostitos cheese. That's pretty cool. Pepsi product assorted, $8.50.
What on earth? is that?
That's probably like Lay's.
Is that like a Pepsi flight?
They're saying like if you get
Pips.
a can of something or a drink of something, like whatever the Pepsi product is, it's it's $8.50.
I want a flight. Here's Pepsi.
No,
Here's
no.
Diet Pepsi. Here's
They're
Pepsi
saying
Blue.
All the Pepsi products are $8.50. I don't think we need to
Yeah.
deep dive into this. Gatorade is $8.50. Aquafina is $8. Assorted Frito-Lay's chips $6.
By the way, Pepsi owns like Tostitos and Lay's and shit.
Yeah, they're all kind of Pepsi
Yeah.
stuff.
I want to say this. I grew up in a Pepsi household. If there was going to be pop in the house, Pepsi was the thing. And my mother's a Dr. Pepper person.
I grew up in a Steven can't be trusted with sugary cereal household.
Hey, that's fair.
So-
That's fair. They made the right call
Yep.
on that. So yeah, it was a crazy Super Bowl. Wanted to know what you
Oh,
guys-
you don't want some of the foods?
Oh yeah, sorry. Let's get into it.
So we'll do 2 foods.
Let's
the
get into it.
Silicon Valley Nacho, $20. It is Tostitos tortilla chips. I'm gonna mess this up. Suadero beef brisket, and chorizo. Queso Bravo, guacamole, salsa, chili lime crema, radish pico de gallo.
You're not talking about what makes it the Silicon Valley nacho. Is after you pay, they rug pull and you get nothing.
Stop. No, you have to pay a subscription for it.
Right.
That's
right.
what it is.
No,
Oh,
you
yeah,
just,
it's
you just
$20 a month.
hand over your money
Yeah.
and don't get any food.
Yeah.
Are you getting the Silicon Valley nachos?
I'm into it.
Sorry, are you renting the Silicon Valley nachos?
Are you ordering?
I'm into it.
Yeah, I'm not a huge nacho guy. You guys know that, but I'd eat the brisket off of it. Brisket and chorizo.
I'm turning this down. This would never be worth it for $20.
No, I think you're probably right.
Restaurant nachos, like I go to fucking Jack Astor's, better nachos than
You can get a whole sheet of nachos.
Oh, yeah,
at
but-
Jack Astor's for $20.
In my seat though.
I'm not ordering the Silicon Valley nachos. I'm just saying.
Nah.
So, other option. We go to the links and tenders section. The Gilroy garlic steak frites, $30. California hanger steak sauce. Somebody French this.
Oh, Pouvet?
Oh,
Poivre?
poivre.
Where's
Poivre.
friggin' Julian when you need him?
I know.
Oh, that thing. the sauce, and then pink peppercorns and fried garlic.
I've never had pink peppercorns.
This doesn't sound like enough for $30.
I think it's
Super Bowl foods. Not
Also,
good.
hanger steak is like the toughest steak out there, but I would probably get this and just eat the steak part because there's obviously fries with that. But I would want the steak part. I would get this.
Listen, I don't need this menu. No, I don't. I already know
Chicken fingers.
just what
Chicken
I
finger.
want. Chicken
Yeah,
finger.
that's right.
Also on the Links and Tenders menu is chicken tenders and fries, $18. Steve's getting that. Garlic fries are $10.50. French fries are $8. Polish dog, $11. A hot link is $15, and bacon cheddar bratwurst is $15.
So I bet that Polish dog's delicious, but I also bet my tummy would be really mad.
You'd be in the washer
Yeah.
for the second half.
Yep.
It's
That or
just-
heartburn.
Let's order off the Adam menu. One single slice of white bread.
No, I don't eat bread. Not
Oh
like
my
that.
God!
That shit. No. It's more like I want to eat like meat and veg most of the time.
Okay.
And then some fruit.
But not Polish
So
hot dog.
You know what I would do before the Super Bowl? Eat beforehand.
Yeah.
Have some eggs. Have some avocado toast.
Would you have a pocket full of almonds? Are you almond dad?
I'm not almond dad.
No?
No. You can't get full on almonds. Like, what are we talking about here? Everybody who says they can, you're full of crap. No one.
No,
no
they're full
one's
of
eating
almonds.
a pocket full of almonds. Yeah, they're full of almonds. No, they're not though. They're not.
No.
They get you your proteins and whatever, but there's a lot of sneaky stuff in there, especially if you're like me trying to shave it.
Heavens.
Now, what else do we have, Jess? Anything else?
How did you guys like the game?
I thought the game was awful, boring. Fourth quarter was more interesting, I think, than any of the others. Kenneth Walker was pretty cool. He was great, but like the game was, I don't know. The thing about the Super Bowl, we've been sort of spoiled over the last 10 years. We had that crazy Atlanta Hawks, New England Patriots comeback win. Falcons, excuse me. And you know, we've been spoiled with actually some pretty good games. And I just feel like people forget that before this last decade-ish, a lot of Super Bowls were ass. And I think listen, no disrespect to the Patriots fans. You got there, your team got there. If Bo Nix is playing, the Broncos are in the Super Bowl. And apparently he broke his ankle celebrating. So that's why he didn't. That's why
No,
I think it was
on the second last play.
Was the second last
of
play?
the game? Yeah.
Yeah, so like to me, it's like, again, no disrespect. You got there, whatever. But I think it would have been a better matchup had it been the Broncos.
Yeah, we had a run of 3 really good Super Bowls in a row. It was the Rams, Bengals one, the Chiefs, Eagles, and then the 49ers, Chiefs. And then the last 2 Super Bowls have been blowout of the Eagles and then this nonsense where nothing happened and the Patriots shouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
I wanted the Seahawks to win, and then I just wanted Drake May to get a touchdown.
Why?
I felt really bad.
Oh, you felt bad for him? Oh, no.
I felt bad for him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He seems like a good guy, Drake May.
I don't know.
People love him.
He's also like a little boy. How old is this person?
I know. And he's married already. I was like, dog, how are you married already?
Dude,
That's
it was
crazy.
the end of the third quarter, and I'm like, how isn't he in tears? He's very obviously losing.
They're building something cool in New England again, though.
Sure.
And I think they're building it with people who are less annoying than, Bill Belichick, which is nice, right? Maybe they'll be a little bit more likable this time.
Yeah,
Just
give it
him
time.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
liked Tom Brady early on, too.
Yeah.
When he was the
Listen,
end of the draft pick, underdog coming in.
I still
I don't
mind.
eat strawberries.
I-
All right, Tom.
Listen, Tom's difficult, but it's not that I dislike Tom. He seems fine.
Meh.
He's just weird.
Yeah.
Right? Bill Belichick's an asshole, I think. And I think he would be like, yep, I am.
I think Tom Brady is run-of-the-mill elite athlete insufferable.
Okay.
Run-of-the-mill.
Like Nathan McKinnon would be run-of-the-mill elite athlete and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but he plays for Canada, though.
Oh,
So I
right.
tolerate it.
Yeah.
It's great. Did you know that for the next 2 weeks, Sam Bennett's never done anything wrong?
He's our beautiful angel child.
Tom Wilson, too. Brad
Absolutely.
Marchand, too. Damn, we have a lot of them.
The Tom Wilson. Oh man. I want to know. I want to know what you guys thought of the halftime show.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was it wasn't what I expected. Because like his biggest song is actually kind of sad,
Yeah.
right? What is it? I forget the
Don't ask me.
full name of it. DTMF?
Yes,
Maddie?
Yes, I think it's the Breathe Tirar más fotos. Yeah.
I can do it if I sing it. Yeah. Because the first time I had the experience listening to it that a lot of people did. They're like, this is a banger. And then you look up what the words mean in English and you're like, this is actually the saddest freaking song I've ever heard.
Yeah.
So I knew what the lyrics meant, and it's basically a song of like, I should have taken more photos like when I had you, right? Yeah. So it could be about someone who died. It could be about someone who moved away. It could be about someone you're just not friends with anymore, someone you grew apart from, or, you know, you don't have to use your imagination too much, you know, maybe something a little more sinister these days. When I listened to it after knowing the words, I was mowing my back lawn where Iggy used to play.
Oh, no.
And I literally just had to put down the lawnmower, go to the garage, and cry like a baby.
Oh.
Just cried like a baby.
Bad Bunny made you sad.
Bad Bunny made me sad bunny. So...
And funnily enough, Iggy used to kill bunnies in your backyard.
He very literally killed about a dozen of them. They should have...
Baby ones, too.
And they never did babies.
Yeah.
Babies. Anyway, Don't
cry.
No, I know. Yeah, so that's like his biggest song. And I'm like, how is he going to work that into this?
Yeah.
And we were sort of talking about it afterward. And instead of making it this big somber event, he made it a party, right? In a way, the whole halftime show was an homage to the moments he talks about in that song that he barely sang. It was a celebration with friends. It was a celebration with family. It was a celebration with his past self. So I love that, even though, like most people, I didn't understand a bloody word.
Jesse, what about you? What'd you think?
Yeah, it was interesting watching a halftime show where you didn't understand the lyrics.
Any of it.
I don't know what he's singing half the time, but I really enjoyed it. It was good.
Yeah.
I don't think, like, you know, anybody that's talking today that it's like, oh, it's the greatest halftime show of all time. It isn't. Like, I just flat out, it's not.
It was good.
Prince, I think, is up there. Michael Jackson is, to me,
Adam's got to shoot down
still the number
people.
one. No,
Yeah.
I like, listen, here's
If
the thing.
you enjoyed this,
Yeah, you
It's
know
so-
what? You're wrong.
It's so
if you
political.
said yum, here's a little bit of yuck for you.
Well, no, but I think my point is that it's when we talk about, like, because you can't talk about this halftime show without talking about the fact that it was counter-programmed by Turning Point. I think
Well, you can.
Well, you can, but like it's that you're not talking about the whole picture, and it's interesting because I did watch both, and
Bless you.
And I have to say that, like, the thing that struck me about Bad Bunnies is, of all the Super Bowl halftime shows that I've ever seen, that one was so interesting and probably the most important. I told you, I just started off by saying it wasn't the best. I think it's the most important one, and I don't think when he signed on to do this, I don't think he was like, I'm going to make this a protest, and I still don't think he was trying to. But what was interesting is the reaction to him was so negative from the culture warriors that were, oh, I can't believe he's not even American. They don't even know that Puerto Rico is an American colony.
they know. They don't care.
That it became a protest, and I thought he rose to the moment by showing United States that this is a part of your country. And has been since the Mexican-American War, where we got California, New Mexico, Texas, all those. Like, this has always been here. And I thought that part was really powerful and really interesting. And, you know, I watched the Turning Point one, and I saw Kid Rock, and I saw the country artist. It didn't sound particularly great. Kid Rock's lip syncing was off. And, you know, they did the typical with rock artists when they fire them up out of the stage and whatever, when you're trying to show that it's like high energy in there, they flip the camera a million times. But by doing that, they threw his lip syncing off. I'm pretty sure, and it didn't look great.
That's
and
crazy to me that you volunteered your time to tune into something like that.
I felt
and
like
gave them the clicks.
I felt like it was. I felt like at least
Adam was one of the 5 million.
I felt like I at least needed to watch it and be like, or watch clips of it and be like, okay, so like what really happened here? Because we do this for a living, and I was like, I'm going to watch I want to watch that part of it. I wasn't impressed. I mean, Kid Rock puts on an intense show wherever he goes, whatever. But like obviously the messaging behind it is not something I'm behind, and the production values were shit.
It did crazy numbers in Magnitogorsk, though.
Well, I'm sure it did. That's the thing. Like, it's so weird. There was guys online and the chat, like there was like all these people watching and nobody in the chat. Yeah. I'm like, that's suspicious. That's pretty suspicious. Anyway, I think Bad Bunny put on the most important halftime show we've ever seen. And I think that's pretty cool. Rose to the moment.
It was lovely.
Yeah. And I did love the fact that he mentioned Canada in the...
Yeah. I love that too. And friggin' Tate McRae's just become a meme. They're like, Bad Bunny is Canada down.
All right.
I like that.
Okay. So, Jesse, should we go to Peterka or BetMGM Big Story?
Probably the big story.
Let's get to it. All right. So, BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Download the BetMGM app. Obviously, most of the time we talk NHL on this, but we did make our Super Bowl picks last week. I can't even remember what questions we asked. Jesse, you have the results of Steve and I's Super Bowl props. How did we do?
So I have here, last week we did this. We start off with the coin toss. Adam said tails, Steve said heads. The coin toss was heads.
Woo! Hey.
1 point for Steve. We asked who would come out to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. Adam said Daddy Yankee.
They got into Gasolina.
I thought you had it.
Come out, And Steve said Cardi B.
And she did.
She did not perform.
That's garbage. She danced.
She didn't perform. She needs a mic in her hand. She needs to sing a song.
That's trash.
She was just a part of the extras. They didn't pay out under performance in the halftime show for Cardi B. So that's 2 incorrects there.
That's trash.
Next up, we said, would Kendall Jenner and Devin Booker confirm their relationship by the end of Super Bowl Sunday? They did not do that. And both of you said no.
All right, so it's 2-1.
No, it's still 1-0. Steve.
Oh, 1-0. Oh, okay.
Still 1-0, Steve.
I'll take it.
National anthem, Charlie Puth. Steve doesn't know who that is.
Nope.
he's the Wiz Khalifa Fast and the Furious song. See you again.
Oh, here, let me.
He's does the chorus.
Like. Charlie. It's just spelled Puth.
Puth.
No idea who that person is.
Wow. You know, see you again.
Yeah, but like I'm looking at him. I don't know.
Adam, can you sing a little attention?
You just want attention.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah. You just.
Oh, so he specializes in music where you're like, can you turn that off?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Steven.
He's definitely Gap in the middle of the day music.
Shoppers Drug Mart.
Yeah.
You're walking in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoppers.
The national anthem. 119.5 seconds was the over-under.
Okay.
It went under. I believe the final tally was 116.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it was right
close.
there. Both of you said under.
Yeah. I knew he would be efficient.
2 correct answers. So it is 2-1 for Steve right now. Winner of the game, both of you said Seahawks.
Okay. 3-2.
3-2. Gatorade. Steve said blue. Adam said orange.
Oh, it was yellow.
It was yellow. Unless, are we giving Adam orange yellow?
No.
I
Gotta be orange.
personally
Let's look it up.
had to fill out another Super Bowl pool.
Yeah.
Pool where the option was orange yellow.
Yeah.
And as the guy in the lead, screw it. No, I'm kidding. As the guy in the lead, I give it to him.
Let me double check. So, BetMGM odds here. I have them up. Maddie, hold on. Oh, hold on. We're gonna do the reveal. Let's see what BetMGM classified pre-Super Bowl. What yellow falls under? Is it yellow, orange, or is it yellow on its own?
It's on its own.
It's on its own.
Yeah.
Yellow was yellow, green, lime, and orange was its own bet.
It's shocking to me that the best flavors, which to me are orange and purple, are never used.
Adam, you missed blue in there.
Blue's not the best.
I'm gonna beat you up.
Blue's
Orange and
delicious.
purple, man.
Blue's freaking delicious.
Blue's delicious, yeah.
Orange and purple.
You're so
Throw
wrong.
hands.
Yeah,
You're wrong on that
you're
one.
yeah.
Steve! Congratulations!
Steve Dangle, buddy. Steve Dangle.
Steve is this year's Propapalooza winner for the
I know football so good.
Steve also won our fantasy football league.
Yeah, man, you're just on a tear right
on a
now.
heater.
He beat me in the
This is so
finals.
stupid.
Yeah, he did beat you in the finals.
Hilariously,
Steve's up 2-0 on Adam in
This is so
football.
stupid.
hilariously, I do want to say that producer Drew did not even make the playoffs, and he hosts our
makes
football
No,
show.
yeah.
No sense.
And we're in a 10-team league where only 2 teams missed the playoffs, and Drew was one of them.
Didn't even make it. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Like he was
Pathetic.
trying. Like he
Pathetic.
didn't bail.
No, he tries hard. He's good at fantasy, but not really anymore.
Hey, listen, it's betmgm.com for terms and conditions. 19 plus to wager, Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you have any questions or concerns about your gambling or somebody close to you, please contact Connects Ontario at 1-866-531-2600 to speak to an advisor free of charge. BetMGM operates pursuant to an operating agreement with iGaming Ontario. So today, you can hear our interview on Agent Provocateur with one JJ Peterka.
Whoa.
Before he went to the Olympics, he was just about to jump on the plane. Jesse, what clip do we have?
In this episode, it's really good. If you get a chance to listen to it today, go listen to it. If you get a chance not to listen to it today, make time in the rest of your days.
It's going to be huge in
Because you
Buffalo.
get to learn about a guy who is a hockey player who actually has like interests and a personality. He's building a hockey rink back home in Germany next to his house with his parents. And it's going to be like half a rink. It's going to be like a little just one zone kind of area. But he wants something where people can like rent it out. And during the summers, people can play hockey and everything.
That's
So
awesome.
They have a warehouse next to the house. So they're building a hockey rink.
That's
there.
why they bought it.
And they talk about how the boards went up like a couple days ago and everything. So like it's really cool back home in Germany. He's doing a lot of awesome stuff for the community there. And then he also, like I said, has interests outside of hockey, which isn't very common amongst hockey players. And one of his big things is music, house music, because of course he's German.
Yes.
And he's done some DJing. So here's him, Adam, and Alan talking about his little DJ career.
What kind of music do you like?
I like house music. I also started to DJ a little bit, which is super fun.
What's your DJ name?
It's Turks. It's a T-E-R-K-S.
Oh, I like that.
I had to come up with something at some point when I was playing a small gig back home in Munich this summer. I had to come up with a name, and that's like the first thing that popped up in my head. So I was writing with that since then.
And how many times have you done that?
Well, probably like 3 times. It's so much fun, but I can't even tell you how nervous I was doing that for the first time. having like 100 people in front of you, and it like depends what you do now. I was definitely way more nervous than playing hockey, like overall.
You do
crazy.
realize you play hockey in front of 19,000 people.
That's legit what people were telling me as well. I should just relax, but I think it's just so different. And when I play hockey, I'm like so zoomed out. I'm like just like worried about the game, and then when I'm like DJing, it's a little different. I feel like it got better and better. The more I played, the more comfortable I got as well. But yeah, like overall, it's super fun. I mean, you can play the tracks you like. You can like see how the crowd reacts to the stuff you play, and kind of like play with it. So
Pretty cool.
I understand. Like I could talk to a building of 1,000 people, and then it's like, okay, now talk to this wedding of 75.
You get nervous?
Terrifying.
Yeah, the smaller crowds are more nerve-wracking.
Oh, it's horrible.
But also, like, I think being a DJ, like, you know very quickly whether you're good at it or not, and it's whether or not people are moving.
DJ JJ was right there.
DJ JJ, you think?
DJ JJ.
Oh my god.
What's wrong with DJ JJ?
Steve, one thing that didn't make the clip is he says, "Oh, my name's Turks."
Oh,
DJ
this
Turks,
sucks.
right?
I hate this so much.
Oh no.
Bad. He missed.
I didn't get the reference.
He didn't get it. It's a little
was like-
cringy. That's why it doesn't make the social clip.
Appreciate
he
that.
goes, "Where's that from?"
Yeah, I was like, wait a second.
Oh no.
Now,
You were a little sleep deprived.
I would like to, in my defense, I was doing 4 a.m.s all week last week.
It was
all right?
watching it. It was a little cringy.
And he
I was
was-
like, Adam, it's its name.
And he was nice enough not to make fun of me for
Yeah,
it.
so I think he was a little confused by the follow-up question because I think he thought it was kind of obvious where Turks comes from. But yeah, Adam asked the follow-up, hey, where's that mean?
Hey.
Yeah, because his nickname for Alan is Caicos.
What?
Turks and Caicos.
Oh, stop it.
It's very
Steve.
good.
Okay.
Please clap. Please clap.
What do you think about Adam's blunder?
Been there. Done that. I get it. Sorry, bro.
It's all right. And he was very nice.
Can't
He
win
just
them all.
answered it like it was a question.
Yep, that was kind of him.
I got to tell you, I spent the whole interview going, damn, I wish this guy I actually made it to Toronto.
I want to know how Adam reacted when he realized.
I was going to come back actually and say it, but then I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
move
let's
on.
just move on. Like, it's not the first and last bad question I've ever asked.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
It's so bad when you fuck up and you're not allowed to outwardly show that you fucked up because you're still on camera.
Yeah.
And inside, you're just, and inside you're just,
Yeah.
I hate myself.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to be in the shower later going, it's the worst.
I you know what? I'm not going to lose any sleep over that one. That one in
Yeah.
particular. I'm okay
You're
with
not
that
going to
one.
bat 1,000. You can move past that one. It was fine.
I
You're a
screwed up
mature
way worse.
professional.
I've screwed up
I'm
way worse
not.
than that.
It wasn't like you asked something insensitive and they stormed off and blah blah
Yeah.
blah. Like it was a fine moment. There's one other thing from the interview though I did want to play.
Oh.
Because we had that moment. Go listen to the full thing. But we also had this from Alan Walsh. So let me just bring it up here. And I think this is a good jumping off point for Steve if he wants to weigh in on what Alan says
Okay.
here.
Can I guess what he's talking about?
I think you can probably guess.
Just based on his face? Can you show his face? George Barros in the kangaroo court that is the NHL's Department of Player Safety.
So here is a man who works within the NHL with players all of the time, weighing in on Charlie McAvoy getting smacked in the jaw,
In the noggin.
And here's what Alan had to say.
At the same time that we're seeing these dangerous hits to the head becoming more prevalent than ever in the NHL, comes more and more research on CTE that is irrefutable, definitive, that repetitive blows to the head are a cause of CTE. The people at the forefront of advocating for player safety talked about making all hits to the head a penalty. Ken Dryden was the biggest public advocate of that. Yep. All hits to the head, whether intentional or accidental, should be penalized. The severity of the penalty commensurate with the severity of the hit to the head. Logical. Makes sense. Mm-hmm. And while there may be a lot of penalties called initially, player behavior would change very quickly. No one wants to take hits out of the game. Nobody wants to have the NHL become a no-hit league. That's not the discussion. That's not what we're talking about. But players can learn to hit without having the blow go to the head. And that will incrementally make the game safer.
Alan, I don't know how much longer he's going to do this. Like, that was just too logical.
I did ask him about the fact that, you know, because Marco Sturm after that hit was like, they asked him about you know, what did the refs say to you? And he said nothing. And I said, Alan, what do you think about the fact that refs don't have to talk to people? He said, I think, and I'm paraphrasing, he's like, I think it would be a much more honestly reffed game if they had to answer questions. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, but they don't.
They don't. So it was kind of, you know, I mean, that's something I think the players are going to have to fight for. And if they don't want to, then they don't want to.
By the way, the comments on our clip regarding the McAvoy hit, completely predictable.
All Florida people?
Absolutely perfect.
A lot of Florida mans?
No notes.
Uh-huh.
Just a bingo card of brilliant folks.
This is why I don't read them.
Yeah. No, I read them and was like, you know what? I'm wrong. You know what?
I
Maybe
you reading them, I'd be like, I'm right.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like, it's just like Metapod, harden. But it just reinforced how right I was. Like, one of the funniest things going around after the McAvoy discourse is, well, here he is hitting Oliver Ekman-Larsson in the head when he was with the Panthers. Check and mate. And everyone's like, he was suspended for that.
Yeah.
It was like a 3 or 4 game suspension. Allen's clients have hit people in the head. They get suspended bad. I think, and this is just my theory, I have not spoken to Alan Walsh about this, but when an Alan Walsh client gets a hearing with the Department of Player Safety, George Peros goes, David Perron, here's 6 games for you, stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
Duran got a game earlier this year for a headshot.
Duran was the first, for like 2 months, he was the only suspension.
Yeah.
Steve, I had a much more flamboyant clip to play for you.
Oh.
I played the tamer one.
Oh, even better face.
I
Look
played
at that.
the tamer one. I was supposed to play this one first and that one second.
Got it. Okay.
Here you go.
I talk to players every day.
There we go.
No one knows what's a suspension and what isn't a suspension, because you look at some suspensions and you're like, okay, but then the same hits go on every 3 a night and there's nothing.
It seems sometimes to be team and player dependent too, right?
Oh.
There just seems to be, at least that's how it feels to me. I'm not asking you to back that up. It just does feel that way.
It does kind of feel like that sometime. And that's what makes it so infuriating, because if it is, that's really wrong.
Yeah.
If it is.
No question.
Anyways, my bad. I had them queued up in the wrong order.
I feel the need to point out Alan Walsh does not currently have a client on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Miroslav Holinka is a prospect. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just think it's funny how. Does he have any on the Panthers?
I think Gregory Campbell's next job, the salary will be extremely high. He's probably the most valuable managerial asset in the NHL.
I've said it for months.
Yeah.
Give him $10 million.
And let him sit at home. He doesn't have to do anything.
You can work from home. You could be our couch scout.
Yeah.
Here's $10 million.
Go over to Cliff Fletcher's house.
So we can give Colin Campbell's bouncing baby boy a contract that gives us carte blanche to do whatever the fuck.
Yeah. I like that. Listen, if you're going to be the evil empire, be the evil empire. Now, we got to get to some of these Olympic rosters and captains and that sort of thing. So we're getting captains sort of trickling in as announced. And I'm going to go through team by team. Sure. But I'm going to start with the captains, and then we'll get into it. Sidney Crosby, obviously Team Canada. Austin Matthews, Team USA. I think that surprised a lot of people because of his play to start the season and, frankly, his play last year. And I saw a lot of Americans upset about it, specifically Boston media saying, well, he's not a winner. And listen, to this point, they have an argument. But he's also the best center on the team, and it would be very awkward if
What's the Boston media's argument of who should have been captain?
they didn't argue that. They just said Austin shouldn't be.
Okay.
But
That's not very helpful.
I think probably a lot of people would have thought like Matthew Tkachuk and stuff like that. And whatever. Like I think with Austin, it would be awkward to have him at Four Nations. They lost by a goal and then they just strip him. So I think that's, and when he got it in Four Nations, he was coming off almost a 70-goal year,
You almost, all the Four Nation teams, you're kind of committing. If you named a captain for that thing, you're kind of committing to that person being your captain for the Olympics.
Yeah. It's awkward otherwise. Landeskog, remember, Landeskog didn't play for like 1,000 days or more.
He didn't play, so it's different for Sweden.
He is captain. Michael Granlund for Finland, because obviously Sasha Barkov's not there.
Barkov's out, so it's different.
Roman Cervenka, who's 40 years old and I think he played 39 games in the NHL in total for the Czechs. Leon Draisaitl for Germany, and Thomas Tatar is the captain for the Slovaks, and that's all we have at this point. But
got to imagine Yossi for the Swiss.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Now, I wanted to, let's start with Team Canada here. Team Canada's leadership group is obviously Connor McDavid, Sidney Crosby, and Cale Makar. Between the three of them, 7 Art Ross trophies, 5 Hart trophies, 7 Ted Lindsays, 3 Maurice Richards, 4 Conn Smythes, 1 Calder, 2 Norrises, and 4 Stanley Cups.
They have 4 Conn Smythes?
Yeah. I think Crosby. I think so. I mean, that's the research. If you're asking me to check that right now, I don't know. Kale got one.
Holy shit.
Connor got one, and Sydney got 2.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Goddamn.
Yeah, because remember Connor got one in the losing effort?
Right. Oh my God.
Yeah. It's a pretty crazy
Wow.
thing. Now, let me run you down Team Canada's lines. Now, they had a closed practice today, so media were not allowed in. However, John Cooper assured the media afterwards, even though you didn't see the practice, the lines are the same.
I don't even kind of believe him.
No, he's lying.
No, he's a lawyer after all.
Also, who cares?
So let's see what the lines are. Okay, at least what they were in the first practice. So we got Celebrini, McDavid, Wilson.
Crazy.
That's line 1. Marchand, McKinnon, Suzuki, line 2.
Very interesting.
Stone, Crosby, Marner. The all takeaways line.
I actually love that line.
I think that's a cool line.
I try winning a puck battle against that friggin' line.
And then I guess your energy line is Hagel, Horvat, and Reinhart, which I can absolutely see working. Jarvis and Bennett were the extras. I am dying at least once to see Marchand, Bennett, and Wilson on the same line. But that's not bad for the
probably see it.
forwards. So Jarvis and Bennett are obviously the extras. And then you got Taze McCarr, Morrissey Parayko, Harley Doughty. And what was interesting to me, Shea Theodore on the outside looking in, because remember, he got hurt in game 1 of the Four Nations last year with Travis Sanheim. And then we'll get into the power plays in a second here. But what do we think of these lines thus far? Do they ever see the light of day?
Puckpedia has best, just FYI, Morrissey Parayko.
Oh, they got Morrissey Parayko. Yeah, that's what I said too.
Oh, I thought you said Harley.
No, Harley Doughty. Oh,
yeah.
I guess maybe they're the extras.
We have them. I'm trying to say we have them different.
Oh, okay. Well, Mark Masters.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm going off him. But anyway, whatever. Maybe they're going Theodore Sanheim, which would make more sense. What do we think?
The Stone, Crosby, Marner line, I've already said, very. How was that your third line? That's so funny. Really defensively responsible line. I think they can play north-south as well as they can play east-west. You're not winning a board battle there. Really good vision. Crazy line. Marchand, McKinnon, Suzuki that might be the most surprising of the 4. Wilson with McDavid is a bit surprising, and then you think about it, McDavid always likes playing with a grunt, and then Celebrini's obviously insane offensively. Marchand, McKinnon, Suzuki, I never imagined any of those guys on the same line. So that's the one I'm most curious to see. And then Hagel, Horvat, Reinhart is a first line on how many NHL teams? All of them. Mm-hmm. I think all of them. And that's your fourth line. The Olympics are so fun. You don't necessarily need a shutdown line.
Yeah.
Right? Your goal is to just dictate play every friggin' shift. Right? And if you really wanted to, I'm sure you could concoct some kind of shutdown line for the final 3 minutes or whatever out of the lineup of killers you have.
Can I give you the surprise for me?
Sure.
Is McDavid, Celebrini together. And it's not because Celebrini's not great. He's phenomenal and having a great year. It's because I am surprised Canada would be that forward thinking. And the reason being is I think they're going to start Jordan Binnington. And I think that's a regressive way to think. But Celebrini being up on the top line with McDavid. First off, I wonder how Tom Wilson is how much air he's going to have to suck in to keep up with those two. But secondly, they actually seem like a great match. I'm not used to a Canadian coach being like, oh, this guy's under 25 and we're going to put him in the top 6.
Tom Wilson's job is drive to the net and don't be offside, basically. Here's why I think they're doing this setup. And this isn't so much to do with Celebrini, Adam, but we saw Crosby on the wing of McKinnon at the Four Nation. You're going with a center depth of McDavid, McKinnon, Crosby, Horvat. Your first game is against the Czechs. They do not have an answer for that. David Kampf is currently their second line center because Pavel Zak is out. You're up the middle. You're simply going to kill them. Mm-hmm. The Czechs are a really good team. They're a really underrated team. But if you're looking for a way to completely overwhelm their depth, they don't have an answer for this at all. as for Celebrini with McDavid, Celebrini is such an overwhelming factor in the San Jose Sharks offense, and he is the second option on this line.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, he may not get... He may get more open ice at the Olympics than he's ever gotten in the NHL. You have to account for McDavid.
On a smaller rink.
You have to. And then you just leave Wilson and Celebrini to run amok.
Yeah.
Like, we've watched enough NHL games where teams have tried to triple and quadruple team McDavid and it hasn't worked. Right?
The only time that worked was the Memorial Cup.
Yeah.
When he got triple teamed and the Generals won.
No, it was OHL final.
OHL final, excuse me.
OHL, yeah, they literally triple teamed this guy, and I think Dylan Strome was hurt, and that's why they weren't able to really accomplish anything. So, like, I just don't know where else Celebrini fits. Maybe on McKinnon's wing, I guess, but then you're putting Marchand up top with McDavid, which I don't even know if Marchand should be on the second line with McKinnon.
Well, hang on. I want to talk to Jesse about that because I wanted to go Celebrini McDavid, see what you guys thought of
Interesting.
that. Jesse, what stands out to you about this lineup? Is there anything, any surprises, any things you're like, oh, that's interesting?
I think Sean Cooper's done a good job spreading out the forwards who are going to do the extra stuff for the players on the ice.
Yeah.
I think about Marner being on the Crosby Stone line and how much of a great passer he is. I think about Marchand on that second line can do everything that Suzuki and McKinnon needs him to do. And I think about Tom Wilson on the first line doing the grunt work for McDavid and Celebrini. And I think the way he's spread out all of those guys who are not necessarily there to be the first options on any of those lines has been, it's really balanced. Like, they got everything they need in every single spot here. It's
all
awesome.
4 lines are undisputedly first lines in the NHL.
Yeah.
Well, it's Team Canada. Like,
I know.
that should be expected. I think the reality when it comes to these lines, because we saw how Four Nations played out, they're not going to sit on these line combinations and 10 minutes into the first period, somebody's going to be on somebody else's line. Come halfway through the game, everything's going to be in a blender. And we saw that they were a little uncomfy with some of the line combinations in Four Nations where, like, Crosby was on a few different people's wings.
Marner moved around.
Marner moved around heavy. So I think right now, like, on paper, this thing looks gorgeous. But they're going to find their comfort zone with different guys as they get adjusted and games go along, especially like the first game against the Czech. Like, there's a opportunity to find your balance with different guys.
People emerge, right? You have heroes in every tournament, right?
Yeah.
And Crosby was hurt last year, really hurt. He couldn't shoot. Now, let's talk about the power plays. First power play, it looks like, is Makar at QB. Then you got McDavid and McKinnon on the wings. Your bumper is Reinhart, and down low you got Sidney Crosby. And then your second power play is Shea Theodore. You're right, Jesse. He is in the top line. Celebrini Marner, bumper Horvat, net front Stone.
How did we not do this for 12 years? Bettman's so dumb. That's crazy.
Yeah, what a great...
Look at that.
I'm surprised Horvat's the number one center on the second power.
I am too. And I'm surprised.
That's interesting.
Like, Reinhart obviously is a big-time goal scorer. We know that. And defensively responsible as well. But he goes from the fourth line to the first power play.
Yeah,
That's
well, your top 3 centers are on the first unit.
Oh.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I like Nick Suzuki's game, but I guess they like Nick Suzuki more on the PK, as opposed to putting him on the power play, and they trust Horvat more there on that power play. I wonder if Paul is going to give Team Canada a call about having Marner on PP2.
Oh, Maurice, what would he care, Jesse?
No,
is that who you meant?
It's talking about the other Paul.
The penalty kill.
Yeah.
Hagel, Wilson, Morrissey, Parayko, Unit 1. Marchand, Suzuki, Taze, Sanheim, Unit 2. I think that looks pretty good.
Sure.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Like,
yeah.
The penalty kill's so funny because, like, what if we just had McDavid and McKinnon kill penalties?
You could.
Like, you never do it in a million years, but like that's an option.
Yeah,
you certainly could.
They certainly are spreading this.
They don't have Didn't Reinhart win the Selke?
No, he's on. They put him on the power play.
He was nominated for the.
But like you could have him do it. Not seeing Marner in there is
Interesting.
They've used every guy here because they're all top guys. So if you have players on the power play, you're not going to put them on the penalty kill so that you're not using everybody's time.
Keep them fresh.
That's kind of John Cooper's strategy.
You
here.
could rotate through
it's
a million,
so much fun. It's
a
silly.
million of these guys.
Yeah.
It's so silly.
It's great.
Oh,
And-
Stone. Stone is. Oh my god.
Yeah, you don't need to use your good guys on the PK because everybody is a good guy on the PK.
How many Selke votes
by the way, they
over
don't-
the last 5 years?
Hagel Wilson, by the way, no centerman, but I guess one of them will just take it.
Oh, I didn't even. Oh,
You know,
Hagel will be fine in the dog.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, Maddie, what's up?
Maddie.
Episode title should be called Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure Olympics.
Like any one of these combinations is just so goofy.
Yeah.
It's like
You're not going to
wow.
make a bad line combo.
Now, Dom Lucian wrote an article for The Athletic, and it came out this morning. And he said, usually Canada is the team to beat at the Olympics. Usually. This year, Canada enters the tournament as a co-favorite with the United States, despite a markedly better forward group led by the two best players in hockey and a comparable stable of defensemen. Team Canada also has one of the best goalies in the world as a potential starter in Logan Thompson. The problem, there is a high likelihood that Canada makes the wrong choice by starting Jordan Binnington, one of the league's worst goalies this season. And he'll go into, obviously, the stats as to why. Binnington on the NHL roster site is listed as the second goalie, Logan Thompson as the first. Do you start, we think two goalies are going to get into this tournament. Do you start Binnington against the Czechs or do you go game two?
I don't really think it matters which game you give them because like Canada's actually got like sort of a difficult group. Like the Czechs are underrated, the Swiss are underrated, and then you got France.
Hey, Pierre-Edouard Bellemare.
Bellemare. Yeah.
Is he even playing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on
Like
the team.
it's so I
And Alexandre Texier.
the thing with the freaking Olympics is they probably already have their minds made up, but if you don't, you have to make it based on these two games here.
Yeah. Okay.
This like the goalie situation by now, we've had a year of it. It doesn't feel like something to scream and yell about at this point because you give Binnington game one. If you want to honor, hey, he has the belt, you got to defeat the guy who has the belt. So give him game one, see how that goes. A game two, you give it to your other goalie, and then you evaluate.
This is maybe a terrible way of looking at this, but if Binnington and Logan Thompson both played great, and then the night before the gold medal game, they decided to have an arm wrestling competition and both broke each other's arms, so they had to put in Darcy Kemper, I'd be like, all right,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think both guys get into games 1 and 2, and then game 3 you kind of take it from there. If Jordan Binnington looks like St. Louis Blues 2026 Jordan Binnington, you obviously got your decision. But if he looks good, then apparently he can rise to the occasion when he has the greatest defense core ever in front of him, which is something he could probably do.
I was tweeting with Michael Amato before the show started. He's like, Jordan Binnington, it's like a player has 10 points a forward has 10 points heading into the Olympics, and then you select him to the Olympic team. I was like, no. More realistically, it's a forward has 10 points heading into the Four Nation face-off. Or no, a forward has 10 points heading into the playoffs, then gets 0 points through the first 3 rounds of the playoffs, then has 25 points in the Stanley Cup final. Yeah. And then to start the next season, he has 8. Mm-hmm. You're still going to be like, well, he had 25.
In the biggest moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn
like,
minute.
we're having, doesn't this sound familiar there, fellas? Like, we're having the same conversation
Yeah.
all over again.
It gets into a circle with Binnington because the conversation's been for so long. When he got picked for Four Nations, we were all still shocked. I thought Aiden Hill was going to get into that first game or the second game or something.
Canada was the only team to use one goalie.
Everybody else got to try out their two.
The one team who had more reason than anyone to use more than one goalie. One guy.
And they didn't, and then they won.
Yeah,
So
I know.
I'm willing to just give him the shot in front of, like I said, he's behind the best defense in this tournament. I think he's going to look better than he did in St. Ous, and if he doesn't, that's why you got all these games.
You make the change fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Canada's won 2 gold medals. switching goalies mid-tournament.
And you're not in danger of like getting eliminated because everybody makes the play-in round. The IOC set it up so no one actually gets eliminated from the group stage.
2010. They had to play a qualifying game against Germany.
How did 2010 work out?
They ended up winning the gold medal.
I don't remember.
Man,
In the qualifying game, Shea Weber put a puck through the net.
I remember that.
Germany.
I remember that.
I was in the building and no one really had Twitter, so when the play stopped, we didn't know why.
What's more irritating, a razor that gets blunt really easily or one that costs like $30 to refill?
I would say
Or
both.
the Department of Player Safety. You're ranking irritating.
See, that's a little unfair. That's a little unfair because we know DPOS is...
Oh, they're one?
Yeah, I think they got to be number one.
Oh, okay.
And then I think the cost of a razor is number two. And then a blunt razor, which is blunt too easily, is number three. That's my power ranking.
A blunt elbow to the face.
That's right.
That they ignore.
Tied for number one, and this is me saying this, is expensive razor and blunt razor.
That's right. And with Harry's, you get a barbershop quality shave with German engineered blades. They're like Leon Draisaitl level, I'm sure. Each blade is honed at 3 different angles to cut hair cleanly at the root without tugging. Tugging is the worst.
Yes.
Blade spacing is optimized to glide smoothly and avoid clogging. Drugstore blades clog so fast. That's why I shave in the shower. Because I have to like wave the blade to unclog it. With Harry's, I don't need to do that anymore.
That's why I shave Adam in the shower.
Thank you, Steve. I appreciate the fact that you come over and help me with that. Now, for a limited time, our listeners can get Harry's Plus, a trial set for $10 at harrys.com/STP. This set includes the all-new Harry's Plus razor, 1 refined 5-blade cartridge, a 2-ounce foaming shave gel, and a travel cover to protect your blades on the go, because if they're flopping around in your toiletries bag, they're going to go blunt. We don't want them flopping around. No flopping. Just head to harrys.com/STP to claim this offer. And after you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and let them know it was the Steve Dangle Podcast. Now, this is a pretty good time to mention that we've got our Olympic picks via Spark. You can click on it right now. We've all got our graphics done, or our brackets done. Excuse me, I'm a little sick. And I have to say, the team we're moving to next is Team USA, and I think they've got the easiest group. Easily the easiest group. And so they might be a sleeper to be the number 1 seed in the tournament because of it. Like it's a really, really easy go. And they got a great team. Let's go through the lines here. Tkachuk, Eichel, Tkachuk. So Brady on the left, Matthew on the right.
That's that Four Nations line that really worked for them.
It sure did.
Although they did have Matthews between them for a while
Yeah.
as well.
I mean, then I think he got swapped out because it wasn't working better. It wasn't working better than what Eichel was doing.
Right.
They could have iced it 3 times in overtime, that line, and, well, didn't.
Line 2 is, I'm just pulling it up here, Gensel, Matthews, Boldy. Line 3, Connor left, Larkin center, Tage Thompson right.
That's a real good line.
And then 4th line, no BS himself, JT Miller, Brock Nelson, Civil War veteran, and Jack, I can't squeeze my stick Hughes.
Now,
it's going to be, that is going to be an interesting line.
One thing we're leaving off these rosters, if I'm not mistaken, in the Olympics, you're allowed to dress 13 forward, 7D.
Yes.
So you're not necessarily, they're not on top of the blender. There's also like
An
chaos
extra guy.
you could just
Yeah.
throw in.
Yep. On defense, we'll just go with the starters because it's easier. Quinn Hughes, Charlie McAvoy, Slavin Faber, Sanderson, Werenski. What an unbelievable defense group. That is so great.
Werenski on your third pair is psychotic.
Now, you still have Vinny Trocheck, Jackson Lacombe, Clayton Keller, and Noah Hannafin sitting in the press box. And it's interesting. The goalie situation for me here is very, very interesting because Connor Hellebuck has not had the best year this year. I mean, he did win the Vezina and the Hart last year, but this year's not been so great. Ottinger's been better. Swayman's been incredible. You have to think Connor Hellebuck's going to get first start, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the United States move some other guys in there too.
I'd be pretty surprised if once they're playing elimination games, he doesn't play all of them.
Hellebuck?
Yeah. I'd trust Otter. I'd trust Swayman, but like
Jesse,
you have Hellebuck
Jesse,
for a reason.
Let me ask you a question. Of those 3 goalies, who's been the furthest in the playoffs?
Jake Ottinger. No, Jeremy Swayman. No.
Jake Ottinger.
Jake Ottinger.
Yeah, I asked you because he's your guy.
Sorry.
He's one of Jesse's guys.
I had to think about it for a second.
And of those three, who has, fairly or unfairly, a reputation of not getting it done in big games?
Kind of all of them. A little bit.
Okay, but like what round are we talking, Steve?
Hellebuck.
And so that is that. Listen, I'm not saying that's fair, and I'm not saying that's going to continue.
I'm not either.
But I'm just saying the results have been what they've been in Winnipeg, and I'm curious about how Team USA looks at that. I mean, I love Connor Hellebuck. He's my favorite goalie in the league. But I think you got to ask the question. I mean, these are the best players in the world. You got to kind of pick and choose. Yeah. So do you give Connor Hellebuck the first start? I guess it doesn't even matter in the play-in round because to me, again, they have the easiest group. Group C is insane.
Who is it?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up. Hang on. All right, give me a sec. It is Spark, and then I'm going to the International Hockey Tournament, and then I'm going into the groups. USA, Germany, Latvia, Denmark. Don't. Listen.
Latvia's always a sneaky
They
hard
always
out.
punch above their, and I'm glad Canada's not in their group. Germany's got Leon Draisaitl, Tim Stützle, Philip Grubauer. I get it.
JJ Peterka, how dare you?
And JJ Peterka. And, the Danes are good. But, look at the rest. Like Slovakia, Finland, Sweden. That's a tough one. Canada at least has Czechia and Switzerland. Switzerland also punches above their weights and surprises people.
Poor Italy, dude.
Yeah, Italy got a rough division. United States,
rough.
If everything goes well, the United States should roll that division.
Yes, they should.
They should absolutely win every game 5-0. Maybe Germany gets a couple on.
5-0's aggressive.
Yeah.
Well,
Germany's going to score.
Yeah.
Okay.
Germany's going to be.
They're going to score.
All right. Well,
JJ Peterka was just on.
I know.
Show some love to Germany.
I'm saying Germany gets through.
JJ Hat Turka.
That's right. DJ Turks, as we know him.
How did he get that?
I wonder. You know what? I'll ask him next time. I think the United States needs to roll this division, or I'm going to have questions. And I don't know. Here's the thing about the United States. Their toughest game to me is going to be against either Latvia or Germany. I think it's probably more Germany than Latvia. Latvian goaltending is always insane, though, at international tournaments. So if your toughest matchup is Germany, your best chance to evaluate your goaltender is against Stützle and Draisaitl and those guys and Peterka. And so whoever you put in that game, I think, is the guy that you're going, this is when we go into the play-in rounds. Yeah. Like when we're going into the bracket.
Can I say something about the USA's lineup?
Yeah.
Left wing there, fourth line. Jason Robertson would look fantastic there instead of JT Miller.
I don't get it.
Robertson, Nelson, Hughes.
Yeah.
Makes a lot more sense to me than Miller, Nelson, Hughes.
The other thing, Jess, is that puts that would make the USA's top, all their left wingers be 40 goal scorers. I know Brady hasn't got there yet, has he? But Gensel, Connor, regular 40 goal scorers. Robertson there too. That would be sick.
You know what Miller has? 2 healthy hands.
Yeah, Jack Hughes.
You could be justified doing Miller, Nelson, Trocheck or something like that. I'm not saying it's great or even the best option, but I just don't know. The Devils didn't medically clear Jack Hughes, and then a couple days later he's off to Italy. There's a lot of questions there.
I think those are all fair questions. I don't think anybody's going to doubt that.
You think there's some friction there in New Jersey?
Just a little bit.
Yeah. It's pretty weird. I mean, it's Jack Hughes. He's got crazy game-breaking ability, and on the fourth line, you basically, just don't screw up.
It's going to be a what if they don't win. If they do win, even if the USA gets into the finals or wins bronze, silver or bronze, people are going to be Jason Robertson should have been there. If they win gold, no one's going to say shit. That's what it is. And
Stamkos should have been on the 2010 team for Canada.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Doesn't matter anymore.
No one cares.
Nobody cares.
I look at that defense, though, and I'm like, that is the most mobile.
That's crazy.
Ugly. That is going to be not fun for anybody to play.
Silly.
All of those guys are the best defensemen on their team, and all of those guys are top 10 defensemen in the league.
Well, 2 of the guys are on the same team, so that's kind of impossible.
Oh, that's true.
I still want Canada's D ahead of this one.
You do?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm giving them the slight edge.
Werenski Sanderson is the third pair.
That's what I'm saying. I know I love Shea Theodore is amazing, but if Sanheim's the guy that's our 6th guy, And I like Travis Samheim a lot, but we're talking about the best of the best. All of those defensemen are better than Travis Samheim. All of them.
The 7D and 13 forwards that you can dress throws me off. Like, it was really throwing me off doing the women's game stream on Saturday because, like, I can't do line combinations. Just know they're coming out in my head because they're all kind of jangled up. Right. They're throwing out this extra forward. And I wonder if these teams are going to utilize this because everything looks different if you're using Hannafin in the game as like an extra D to throw in there to break up ice times.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a big X factor that we haven't really thought about.
Yeah, like, do you genuinely get them into the mix?
Yeah.
Or do you just say, hey, like, sit there, you're break in case of emergency.
Yeah.
No, you're playing.
And then, but it's like, then do you want them sitting there all game and cold, and then you're throwing them out like maybe at the start of a second intermission? It's like, okay, we're coming out of the second. Now you're going to be a part of the rotation. Or it's like somebody's tired in the third, and then now we're going to use you.
Yeah,
like,
you spent too much time on the shorthanded or something.
NHL
it's
coaches talk about the 11-7 setup like it's the bubonic plague. Like, they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
And now you're giving them a bench with 2 extra guys. Like, it's and like, I'm not saying this within the context of the United States. It's interesting to navigate for everyone.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think Canada goes 7 deep better than the USA goes 7 deep.
Yep. Yeah,
that's just me.
I could see that. I do have, again, I think we can. I think it's just a question of whether we will. The United States has a great team. Should lap that field in Group C, but we'll see. You got to play the games. Yes. Let's go on to Team Sweden, Jesse, because this is a team that is hampered by injuries. And, guys like Leo Carlsson should be here, is not here. Ricard Raquel still got that potential injury. Elias Lindholm still got a potential injury. But let's start.
William Karlsson as well.
William Karlsson is even playing. Yeah, he's there.
Third line.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. But let's go through it. So on the top left, Kempe, Eriksson, Ek, Nylander. That's your top line. Forsberg, Lindholm, Raymond is your second line. That's crazy. Raquel, Pettersson, Zabinajad, and Landeskog, Pontus Holmberg, Leaf great, and Jesper Bratt. And then on defense, Gus Forsling and Rasmus Dahlin. That's going to be nasty.
Yeah.
Hedman and Rasmus Anderson on line 2, also nasty. Phil Broberg and Erik Karlsson on line 3, and in goal, Gustafsson, Markstrom, and Wallstedt. And if they're smart, Gustafsson and Wallstedt are the only goalies that play. No disrespect to Jake Markstrom, but this is one of Jake Markstrom's bad years, and we know how he operates. It's one bad year for every 2 good years. So put Wallstedt and Gustafsson in there. Good for the Wild, by the way, for having that. And Wenberg, Ekman Larson, Marcus Johansson, and Hampus Lindholm. Are on this. So what's so interesting to me is Ekman Larson and Hampus Lindholm are unbelievable defensemen, and technically speaking, not in the lineup as of now. I would imagine that if we're starting on defense here, Hampus Lindholm is the 7th defenseman that's dressed. But I think Oliver Ekman-Larsson needs to get into that top 6. Maybe I'm biased, but he's been spectacular.
OEL plays both sides, right?
Yeah.
Which to me makes him a better option for number 7.
Yeah.
And I'm not
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
you
saying
put
that because he's a
Lindholm
Leaf.
over
I'm saying that, like, if any... Okay, Broberg goes down.
It's
there goes
like,
OEL.
It's like having a utility infielder on your bench who can play all the positions in the infield, as opposed to just like a second baseman who can only play second base.
We're playing great. Oh, Rasmus Anderson got hurt.
Yeah.
Throw an OEL.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
That's a really good point.
This defense, besides being pretty strong with the puck, is tough as fucking nails. These guys are mean. Forsling Dahlin. Yuck. Hedman, like Rasmus Anderson is tough enough, but Hedman's a bastard on his own. And Oliver Ekman-Larsson, not a guy to be messed with either. It's kind of crazy.
Oh, and you left one guy off the tough list.
Well, Carlson's not tough.
Yeah.
And I don't think Broberg's like mean.
Adam, what are your true thoughts on Erik Karlsson's game?
I think he's a fantastic puck-moving defenseman who's working really well in Dan Muse's system. I think if it's a tight game and you want defensive defense, you better hope Lindholm or Ekman-Larsson are dressed. That's where I think you switch out, right? Yeah. I trust Ekman-Larsson or Lindholm far more in that 6 spot in a tight game, than I would Erik Karlsson. I think that's fair.
I just know you're not a fan of.
I'm
his
not
game.
a fan of his attitude when he's losing.
Yeah,
but he's an all-world first ballot Hall of Famer.
Steve.
So here's what's always a fascinating aspect of the Olympics.
Yeah.
Internal team politics. Right? Scratching Karlsson, there's an argument for it. How on earth do you do it?
Not an option.
Like, most justifiable decision you can make. Wallstedt backs up Gustafsson. You know how I know it works?
It works.
The Minnesota Wild.
Yeah.
Look at their numbers. And like, they know each other's game day routine. They talk to each other on the bench all the time. They bounce off each other. Hey, what do you see in here? What do you see in there? Is that not the most logical thing?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, let's just throw that out the window to put in an older goalie who has had a far inferior season to Wallstedt. You know what I mean? Now, that's the way it's listed.
Who knows?
Who knows what they actually do, but I think it would make Gustafsson better to have Wallstedt, and it would make Wallstedt better to have Gustafsson. So, internal team politics, huge role in every team. And
how about
Sweden's,
this?
And Erik
high up
Karlsson's
there.
going to play because he has to.
Well,
play.
he has
35 and Erik Karlsson.
Jake Markstrom's save percentage this year. Can anyone hazard a guess?
894.
Jesse.
888.
882.
Oy,
What are we even doing? Now, Wallstedt's
Come
got
on.
the injury thing, but it's he was just had an illness, so I think he'll be fine. To me, it's time for the young guys to take over Sweden's goaltending. Now, let's go down to the power play.
Speed, by
You don't want to do the forward?
Oh, shoot. Yeah, sure, we can do the forward group. Why not? Okay. I think in terms of scoring up the middle, you are going to miss Leo Karlsson here. I mean, he was on until mid-December. He's got the left thigh tear, I think. He was on such an unbelievable heater that Eriksson Ek, very strong forward, obviously, for the Minnesota Wild. Lindholm doesn't score like he used to when he was playing between Tkachuk and Gaudreau, and I don't know if he ever will again. Pettersson hasn't scored since he signed the extension, and Pontus Holmberg is where offense goes to die. So up the middle, guys, like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, strong defensive, no question. The goals are going to have to come from the wings.
They remind me of the Minnesota Wild in the way up the middle is the light point in this lineup, and they're so strong on the wings and defense and in goal. They have the Wild's goaltenders, and then Eriksson Ek's their number one center.
I'm fascinated by how Sweden deploys Pontus Holmberg. Fascinated by that because it's based on the way he played last year. It's shocking he's there at all. But he's had a much better season in Tampa. John Cooper friggin' loves him, and he's good enough to be Canada's coach, so you might know a thing or two about this player. But also, he's kind of a Swedish Army knife. You could play him at any one of the three forward positions. So how many face-offs does he take? What end does he take them in? Do you have him in a penalty killing role? Are you up one? Who do you throw out there? My assumption is Joel Eriksson Ek. But I'm fascinated by
as of now,
how the new guy plays.
Right.
As of now,
Pontus Holmberg, if we're being honest, he's not in the lineup if Leo Karlsson is healthy.
Yeah.
Like in a paper world where all this is just outlined, everybody's perfectly healthy, he's not there.
No.
And by the
Elias
way,
Pettersson, shot blocking king.
he's not
Right?
listed. Holmberg is not listed on the PKA currently either.
No.
Well, he doesn't need to be.
No, he doesn't. But I just think that would be his role if you were going to do it.
And Brott on your fourth line is nuts. To
Holmberg Broad is going to be an interesting combo.
Yeah, Brott was, to me, a top 3, top 2 forward on Sweden at the Four Nations.
By the way.
Brat.
Brat.
Sorry,
So I
we
don't
keep
think
making that mistake.
I don't think Brat's going to stay there. I think he's going to supplant Zabinajad at very least.
Adam, is it going to be Brat Winner?
It might be Brat Winner. I think, no disrespect to Mika Zabinajad, but I think he's had a rough year, and I think there are, as you said, team internal politics. You can't put Mika Zabinajad on the fourth line to start, but if Brat has a really good game, I don't see a Raquel, Pettersson, Brat. I mean, listen, the guys ahead of him are Nylander and Raymond, so it's hard to imagine him getting higher than that. But I think that third line might need a Jesper Bratt, and then Zabinajad, Landeskog, and Holmberg make up the fourth line. That's still a very
I think
strong
this
fourth
team
line.
is going to score a lot more goals than people think. They have a lot of good finishers.
Swedishers, actually.
The way they're built is kind of, all right, the center takes all defensive duty. Wings.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah. Philip
Let 'em
Forsberg.
fly.
Phil Forsberg's going to have a good time.
I think
Actor.
I think it might be just like really advantageous to them that they don't have a bunch of high scoring centermen, and that the guys who should be the most defensively responsible can play that position on the ice, and that they can let the wings go wild and the centermen just like do the responsible things against guys like McDavid and Crosby and McKinnon. Like,
Wings, green light, and in terms of generating offense, look at their D. They'll be fine.
yeah, and then all the puck movers on the back end. I don't know. I think Sweden's a little underrated here.
I think they're a sleeper.
Yeah.
And I think, they do have Wenberg in the press box too. And Mojo, Marcus Johansson's had a
And
good year.
Brody can't be there.
Yeah,
James Carlson. But
Yeah, bummer for them. Let's move to the power plays and penalty kills here. So power play one's got Bratt, Eriksson Ek, Raymond, Nylander, and Dahlin.
Those are some killer shots.
And then power play two's got Forsberg, Lindholm, Kempe, Raquel, and Erik Karlsson. And I think that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, same evaluation.
True.
Those are some killer shots.
On the PK ones, Zabinajad, Eriksson Ek, which makes sense. Forsling and Anderson. And then number 2, Pettersson, Bratt, Hedman, and Karlsson. Erik Karlsson killing penalties. He's been doing it in Pittsburgh too.
We'll see if they end up going with this, but
I would think that if they're going to dress a sixth defenseman or seventh defenseman, I could see a Lindholm or a Ekman Larson.
that'd be an interesting way for a coach to use the seventh defenseman and 13-4, just like you're exclusively PK guy on
Why not?
both units. Like that would be really interesting.
Especially when you got Karlsson on the power play already, right? Like, free him up to do what he does.
It's sort of what Canada did with Patrice Bergeron in 2010. Like, it's crazy because it's Patrice Bergeron, but if you go look, he barely played. Right? So
Also-
you can have specialists.
Double IHF. It's kind of a stupid rule.
Well,
They have a lot of stupid
speaking
rules.
of stupid rules,
What about 12 and 6?
special teams, I'm glad we're going through them because I think in international hockey, it's a far greater factor than it is in the NHL.
Yep.
The NHL is going backward in that regard. Like, you're just allowed to do whatever the hell. I think,
In many regards.
oh yeah, I think the double IHF rules are going to be a culture shock for a lot of these players.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp, and let me say this. It's February. There's the big tournament going on, but it's also the month of love.
Oh,
And if you're in the month of love and you're on the outside looking in and you're feeling a bit cold about that, maybe you need some help identifying the green flags in your life. Like, Steve, when you met your wife at 19, I'm sure you knew immediately that she was going to be the one you married, right?
oh yeah. I need someone to run my show. She's perfect.
Can you remember what was her green flag for you initially? Can you remember that?
Like, what did she see in me?
No, what did you see in her? Oh, you're like, oh man.
Oh, she was pretty cute, but also she was really nice to me
She was really nice to me. That's a big one.
and runs my show.
And runs the show. And listen, is
Organized.
Organized is key. Organized is key, especially when you're dating Steve or myself. 30,000 credentialed therapists on BetterHelp, by the way. World's largest online therapy platform, has served over 6 million people globally, and it works with an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 stars for a live session based on 1.7 million client reviews. The great thing too is you get matched with the therapist in a very short amount of time, which is often a lot of people's challenge, even to just get in the door. So if you want to sign up and get 10% off, you can right now. Go to betterhelp.com and use the promo code SDP. Again, that's betterhelp.com/SDP. Sign up and get 10% off. Let's move on to Team Finland. So this team is a lot deeper than you would expect. Instantly, what pops out to you about Team Finland is the fact that Barkov isn't playing. But I look down the center and I'm like, well, yeah, it'd be way better to have him here.
Yeah,
but
you
they're
could
not
bump Eric Hall out.
But they're not doing so bad, right? This team is just, I think that the B division with Sweden and Finland in it, along with Slovakia, is going to be a very tough division. So you got Granlund, who's the captain at left, Hintz center, Rantanen right, Lehkonen, Aho, Teravainen, Luosterainen, Lundell, of course, the two Florida guys, and Capo Caco, Tolvanen, Halla, and Yoel Armia. Those are the top 12 as of right now. And then on defense, you're going to have Lindell Heiskanen, which is obviously the Dallas pair, which is perfect. Nico Mikkola. They have so many Panthers on this team. That's scary. Rasmus Ristolainen. Oli Mata, who's, as Steve said, guy who's had great guy career. And Henry Yokiharu, who was left off the Four Nations team last year, was the only full-time Finnish defenseman who was, but he's there. Oliver Kapanen, Joel Kiviranta, and Montempalo are the extras along with Lettinen. And in goal, Soros, Lankinen, Korpisalo. So let's start it up front. That's a pretty damn good group. They're going to be feisty, I think. They're going to score, but they're going to be not fun to play against.
No, not at all. There's a couple players I look at immediately, and I'm like, okay, you need to be game breakers for this group. And this is definitely Galaxy branding it, but I don't care. It's the two Seattle Kraken players. Capo Caco's job is to be Brad Marchand here, because Luostarinen, Lundell, Marchand was the line that turned around the Panthers playoff last year, and they were able to go on to a cup. Like Paul Maurice likes to talk about the fourth line from that series against Toronto. The fourth line was incredible, but the big change was putting Lundell on the Matthews line instead of Barkov. So Caco's got to kind of model his game after that. And Eli Tolvanen is having a ridiculously underrated season, and he's been a jerk for everyone to play against. Beyond that, you try to be annoying, wear down your opponent, and give the puck to Mikko. Which one? This is Team Finland. That's not helpful. Right. Sorry. Rantanen. Give it to Rantanen and be like, you know what you did against Colorado in the first round? Yeah, okay, do that.
Jesse, what stands out to you about the forward group?
I would like Oliver Kapanen to crack this lineup. I think
Over Halla?
What's that?
Over Halla, or you
or
want him at
even
center?
Armia. Like, I feel like there's room for him. There's a dynamic young player who's coming into his own for Montreal. I think he can crack the lineup. It's a little light on the wings. In the wing depth, we just went from the Sweden team to this one. There's a noticeable drop-off, I would say, in the forward group, but I don't think they're so far down that it's still not a kind of 4-team tier at the top there with those
I think
teams.
Better centers than Sweden, but you're right. The
wings specifically, you have the star in Rantanen, but from there it's I think a noticeable drop off.
It's sharp.
Yeah. It's I mean, it's unfortunate that Barkov isn't on this team, because I think we look at it a little bit differently.
It would change a lot if you put Barkov there and you're pushing everybody around.
The one thing I would say is
Aho Lundell.
That's a different lineup.
Yeah.
I look at this lineup, and it is guys who are mostly in their primes or just out of it. I wonder if a guy like, if they allow, like if Barkov is here, is Lettinen who's in the press box, or is Kapanen here, right? It might open up an opportunity for a guy like Oliver Kapanen, because he might not have been on this squad otherwise. Do you know what I'm saying? Now on the defense part, this is a pretty nasty group. I think the one area I'm curious about is their mobility. Obviously, Heiskanen and Lindell, you're not worried about that. Mikola's a total bastard. Ristolainen is a lot of things, but he's not known to be mobile, puck-moving defenseman that I think he was built to be coming out of junior.
He can move the puck, but
I have questions.
I don't know how well he does it anymore.
And you got to remember, too, like, we're grading these guys against Canada, United States, Sweden. Like, this is the best of the best. And then Mata Yokiharu, they're just going to be tough. I think defensively responsible.
Finland's D, to me, has one of the biggest X factors in the entire tournament. Lindell with Heiskanen is the biggest difference for any of the four teams from the Four Nation face-off, because not Dallas, sorry. Might as well be Dallas. Finland did not have Heiskanen.
Right.
Huge factor. You could argue McAvoy with the States as well, Quinn Hughes with the States as well. But Finland missed Heiskanen.
Huge.
I would argue more than the States missed those guys, right? Like, Finland was scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yep.
Right? Especially because it was only NHL players allowed to play in that tournament. The fact they have Heiskanen and the fact he gets to play with Lindell, huge advantage for them.
Jesse, do you roll that Lindell Heiskanen pairing like 30 minutes a game against top teams? Like, because that's I think what they're going to have to do.
Yeah, this is a team where I think that seventh defenseman really comes into play in Montempalo. Like, he's going to get some playing time, I would assume, with the other defensemen rotating that. But you have a clear number one pair who's going to be responsible for the top guys on the other team. And unfortunately, against a team like Canada, if you're like, hey, this is the McDavid shutdown line, then you're leaving McKinnon or the Crosby line to the other guy.
Yep.
So a team like that is going to be able to get around something like this. But this pair is going to really dominate some of the other teams in their group.
Underrated possibility, Mikko Lehtinen for the power play.
Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. Now, in goal, none of the 3 NHL goalies that they have a save percentage above 900 this year.
What's UPL? Because he's supposed to be on the team. Can't make it. He's injured.
He's obviously much better, I would think. I'm pulling him up now too. He's got a 903.
There you go. So they should have.
Korpisalo 893, Lankinen 876. Man, first year of that contract too. And then 892 for UC Saros. Listen, UC Saros has been phenomenal in his career. Kevin Lankinen was phenomenal last year. Eunice Korpisalo, for me, has never been my favorite goalie, but he's the third goalie anyway.
Big bounce back season, though. Mm-hmm. You know?
Korpisalo?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that whole team.
I mean, yeah.
Low bar.
I mean, he's got the exact same save percentage this year as he did last year.
Yeah,
so I don't think
what's the record?
It's not that different. He was 10.
Really?
He was 11, 10, and 3. He's now 10, 8, and 2. No, it's Swayman that's driving that bus.
I guess, yeah.
But he's not going to play. Like, it's Saros and Lankinen.
It's Saros' net.
Yeah,
I think with this team, we've kind of reached the one where it's like clear number one. We're not even having a conversation. Justus Saros, when he's at his peak, one of the best goalies in the league, and this is his net.
And he had a recent good run with Nashville, right? They were in the playoff picture. They were sort of falling out of it again, but we'll see what happens. I still think he's a better goalie than his numbers show.
Yes.
Much better.
Yeah, and I feel like he'll rise to the occasion here, not unlike Jordan Binnington, where if Saros is going to have a really good team in front of him, and he'll look good.
Kevin Lankinen, 12 save shutout against Italy.
Yeah, something like that's going to happen.
Okay, let's get down to power play and penalty kill. Lehkonen seems to be the seventh defenseman that's going to be, seventh player that's going to be, what are they? You can dress 13 forwards.
13 forward, 70.
Sorry, I'm still high on cold medication. Lehkonen is on power play 1, which is interesting. Hintz, Aho, Rantanen, Lehkonen, and Heiskanen, power play 1. Granlund, Luosterainen, Kakko, Lundell, and Lundell and Lindell on power play 2. And then I guess penalty kill, Halla, Teravainen, Lindell, Heiskanen. And then PK2 is Armia, Tolvanen, Mikkola, and Ristolainen. What do we think about the power plays? What do we think about the penalty kills, gentlemen?
For multiple reasons, I think Lehkonen and Rantanen on the same unit is very funny. Rantanen is the former Av, playing with his former Av teammate, but also, do you remember the mini scandal where I believe it was Lehkonen's dad, who is a media personality in Finland, was talking crap about Rantanen?
Yes.
In the press. Very interesting that they're now both representing Finland. Listen, that they can score. Lehkonen is super underrated in his role. Aho's always been a very underrated player. That top unit can score. I don't think we're going to see much of the second unit. And I think they're underrated penalty killers.
Jess?
Yeah, the thoughts? PK is some place I can see them really thriving. I think you got guys there who like do it for their teams, and they'll be able to manage against some of the better teams in this league in this tournament.
And we talked about maybe taking Armia out. That's why you don't.
Yeah,
he's been a pretty dependable penalty killer for a few years.
Miro Heiskanen, I think, is the way this team lives or dies, right?
He might play 45 minutes.
Yeah, he might. And I think for them to take down Sweden, he's going to have to. I don't think they're going to have any trouble against Italy. I think that's fair. They might run into something against the Slovaks, but it's Sweden. It's Sweden that's going to be... Heiskanen's going to have a Norris Trophy sort of game, right? And he can do that.
Can you do it for 6 or 7 games? That's
all you need.
It is.
And yes, he can. We know that.
Yep.
Okay, let's move on We're going to go to, hang on, I'm just pulling up whose rosters have been available. Let's go to Team Czechia. The Alan Walsh-Palooza. I'm kidding. It's a mix of some NHLers and some not, and former NHLers as well. It's not bad. That first line's pretty spectacular.
It's unreal.
Nietzsche's, Hurdle, Pasternak. Scary.
Crazy.
That will do crazy. And then there's a bit of a fall-off. Andre Palat. Big goal scorer for the Islanders last week. David Kampf, Leaf great. And Andre Kasha, still playing, also former Leaf great. Roman Cervenka, I think it's Yuri Sedlak and David Tomasek on line 3. Stronsky, Foxa, who is a Alan Walsh client, and Dominic Kubalik round out the top 12. And then
Tomasek, noted Connor McDavid line mate from earlier this season.
Right.
Remember that?
On left defense, Simek, Roenick, and then Michael Kempney and Radko Gudas, Spacek, and Ruda.
Alan Walsh client.
How many you got now?
How many are? Yeah, that's at least. Is Spacek an Alan Walsh client too? I know
Is Alan allowed to cheer for Canada?
Hronik and Ruda are, and then you got who else do you have on that? Foxa. Yeah, I think he's got 3 at least.
3's pretty good, man.
Yeah, that's solid.
It's pretty good.
Now in goal, Lucas Dostal, who is going to be the X factor for this team in this tournament.
100%.
Dan Vladar, who's had a pretty good year off and on in Philly. And then Karel Vejmelka, who's also had a really good year with Utah. They've been streaky, but Karel's been pretty good. And
Very
Steve,
good.
You love Karel Vejmelka.
I do, and I'm looking at this and I'm like, yeah, I guess he's third. Like, I think they all have game-stealing ability.
They do.
Right?
Dan
Obviously-
Vladar's been around forever. He's still only 28. I can't believe it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's Sam Gagner syndrome.
Yeah.
How is it possible?
And Andrew Cogliano.
Yeah.
And Andrew both of them.
Andrew Cogliano right now is 27 in my
Probably.
mind. Like,
Yeah.
still, he's 27.
It's sort of like
34-year-old Tyler Bozak.
Is Luke Glendening still playing? Because that was always that guy for me.
Yes, not Czech though.
Not Czech, but he's still playing hockey. Luke Glendening. He's 36 now. So the goaltending, I think, is a strong thing, and Lucas Dostal being 25 and getting this opportunity and being young, and he's played in plenty of international competition before. This is a team that could surprise some people.
If there's a goaltender of the tournament award, my money would be on Dostal as an underrated choice to finish number 1. Like, he has an opportunity to be the star goalie out of this tourney.
He's the reason why I had Czechia as my sleeper all the way up until the announcement that Pavel Zacha was out.
Yeah.
Because you need everyone to punch above their weight with a healthy lineup. And then losing Zacha, I'm like, ugh, I don't know how you overcome that. It's tough.
What do you guys think of the defense? It's clearly tough, and Philip Hronik gives you great puck mobility, but it's going to I think they're going to have to manage this, right?
I mean, we obviously know Radko Gudas can excel in international hockey. They won the gold medal at the World Hockey Championship, but he's one of several players at this tournament where I'm like, how do you handle that double IHF whistle where you're not allowed to murder everybody? They're Radko.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be tough.
yeah.
I think they're going to play the most grindy kind of hockey in comparison to the other teams who, like, a lot of puck movers on the back end of USA and Canada and Sweden, that, like, the Czechs are going to play a different style, and it's going to be a change of pace when, like, a Team Canada goes up against them.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. Like Hronik.
If Team Canada goes up against them, because they are in the...
Oh, they're in the other group?
I believe they're...
No.
Oh, no,
It's,
they're
I'm pretty
Canada's
sure.
group. Yeah,
Canada,
okay. I got
Czechia.
Slovakia and Czechia mixed
How
up.
dare you.
Excuse me.
How dare you?
I know, terrible.
Going at 'em.
No, Hronik's got that bomb of a shot. They're a good team. They're always a good team. Always punch above their weight. Kampf with a line mate like Palat, who's a pretty big game player, is very interesting to me. Andre Kasha, like, I don't know what he's still got in the bag. That's pretty interesting.
And don't underrate Pasta and what he can do on his own. That's a single game-breaking player. We see it on teams with Boston where, like the playoff series against the Leafs, that's a guy who can do it on its own. So if he can will some of that to this team, I think, like, you're going to get a lot of scoring out of him.
Yeah, deployment is going to mitigate a lot of the depth issues that some of these countries have. I think most glaringly, you're probably looking at Czechia and Germany. And like we've seen Draisaitl play half an hour again, or whatever, like
on one ankle.
Yeah. Like if you can easily be like, all right, Pasta, you're getting a shift on the fourth line, like just to double shift him. And then the next time around, all right, it's Nietzsche's. And then the next time around, all right, it's Hurdle.
So you make it a nightmare for an opposing coach to manage that, right?
I think you're going to have to. I mean, just if any team was justified in making a decision like that, I mean, it's these guys.
Yeah. No, it's an interesting roster. And I think the thing about the Czechs that's always very interesting is that they play a system. There's a Czech system, and they've had tons of international success recently. You guys saw I think it was 2024, they won the World Championship, and the entire country showed up for the parade. Like, this is a big, big, big thing.
Is their head coach for this the same one they keep sending to the friggin' World Juniors to beat Canada? Because it's like,
yeah.
I mean, of all the teams to see in your group, I mean, what country is more upset to see Czechia there than Canada?
Brutal.
That
and in their
sucks.
group. It's either Latvia or Czechia. You got to get through one of them.
That's annoying, man.
Let's go down to the power play penalty kill, Jess, if we can. So it's Hurdle, Nietzsche's, Pasternak, Palat, and Hronik. That's a pretty nasty power play one. I'm assuming Palat's just sitting in front of the net. Yeah. Power play 2, Tomasek, Cervenka, Kubalik, Kasha, and Spacek. And I think that's not going to see a lot of time.
Well, no.
I mean, the 40-year-old Roman Cervenka, I don't think so.
Right, but don't underestimate how tricky it is, because like you have so little time, especially with the condensed schedule. You have so little time to prepare for your opponent, and the NHL guys going over there, they don't know what the non-NHL guys are going to do necessarily. They don't know their tendencies. They don't know what their weaknesses are, what their strengths are. It's always a very sneaky factor in these tournaments.
Jesse, anything that stands out to you on those power play?
That first power play unit's really good.
Yeah, it's
like
that.
Nasty. I'll take that. Like, I have no complaints about that PP1. Like Steve said, PP2 is a question mark because I'm not familiar with how these guys are playing right now. But like the power play one's going to score goals.
I want to be complimentary all the way through.
You don't have to. That's not what your job
Great,
is.
because I'm not. Don't take penalties.
Yeah, so Radek Fox,
the penalty killing, yeah.
Radek Fox, David Kempney, and Gudis is your first one, and then Stronsky, Sedlak, Simek, and Spacek on penalty kill 2.
Steven, how would you rate David Komp's penalty killing abilities?
His penalty killing's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But you're gonna get put in a blender by some of these guys, right? Like Germany's power play is gonna be friggin' insane. Canada's is laughably hilarious. You're not going to have a fun time. Like what we've seen with all these setups on Puckpedia is the guys on the power play are not on the penalty kill. Like it's spread out. Like Hronik's got to make his way into this group, right?
Yeah.
Like the same way that we talked about Heiskanen playing like half an hour a night for the Finns, like Hronik's got to do the same thing for the Czechs.
Yeah, you might as well use them.
You have to.
Yeah.
And if you're him, you know you're not going to the playoffs, so
leave it all out there, dude.
Yeah, get crazy, man. This is
you got your contract.
Yeah, you're to Team Germany. Now this one's interesting because their forward group's pretty insane. On defense, it's Moritz Seider and his merry men.
There's another guy who's going to he might have to play 40.
Yeah. Well, and what's interesting about Germany too is, again, like the Czechs, like the Slovaks, they play a system. And, you know, that first line's pretty sick. Draisaitl, Stützle, Peterka. And then you got Szymanski, Sturm, Reichel. And then McAllis, who I don't believe has ever played in the NHL. Is that Tobias Reeder?
Oh, wow.
Stakowick? I don't know. He's a Lightning player.
Tiffles,
Dominic Cahoon, and I don't even know who that is. Ill.
We got the European Hockey League.
Yeah, that's right. Alexander Ill. And then look at defense. The defense is hilarious. You've got Leon Gawanke. You got Moritz Seider. You've got two Muellers. All right.
They're two different ages, which helps.
Kai Wisman. And the first Mueller, who's in the top 4, is Jonas Mueller. Steve, you ever heard of Jonas Mueller?
No.
And then in the 5 spot, Fabio Wagner. We love Fabio. And then the second Mueller is Moritz Mueller, who is 39 years old. Good for him.
I love hearing you try and get these names.
Yeah, the German names are very tough.
You
The German
are
names are fun.
not excelling.
Austria. I remember the first time we did the Olympics and we went through some of the rosters and we went through the Austrian roster and trying to pronounce those.
Adam, give us the press box.
Yeah.
Press box. Schutz, Giebel, Toomey, and Kable. Kabel. Kybel. It's Kybel. Because the A with the things.
I
Kybel.
don't know, man.
And then their goalies are Philip Grubauer, Niederberger, and Franz Reb. And you know what? If you've heard of Franz Reb or Niederberger, good for you.
I've heard of Niederberger. I have.
Good for you.
I need a burger right now.
Good for you.
Grubauer, who I have been all over for 2 or 3 years now.
Do that.
All over. Because he's been bad. This season, he's been very, very good
They're in a playoff spot.
for Seattle. Yeah. So a lot of what Team Germany accomplishes at this tournament is going to have to go through Grubauer in the same way that we talked about Lucas Dostal for the Czechs. Grubauer is going to have to steal a game or two here. The first line for Germany is one of the scariest at the tournament.
That's so good.
Draisaitl's obviously completely absurd, but one of the most underrated performances I've seen in recent memory was the duo of Tim Stützle and JJ Peterka at I think it was the 2020 or 2021 World Juniors. It was the COVID one. Germany had no business beating anyone who they beat. Stützle and very underratedly Peterka put that team on their backs. So there's already built-in chemistry there, even if they haven't necessarily played that much together in recent memory. And then taking whatever line mate they had in that tournament and replacing them with Leon Draisaitl.
Yeah.
Crazy. We know Draisaitl's going to play 25 minutes.
Yep.
Stützle is going to play the same. I would imagine Peterka plays the same. And from then, everyone else just has to pull their weight.
And I think in the group that they're in, I could see them beating Denmark. I could see them. It's going to be a tough contest, but I think they can beat Latvia. USA is obviously going to be the favorite in that. But this is a group that can get in.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Cider is having, he's going to get Norris votes this year. Might even get a sneaky Hart vote or two. He's having an absolutely unbelievable year. Underestimate Team Germany at your own peril. I'm serious. I know we talked about how I don't really know this guy's name. I don't know this guy's name. Even Tobias Reeder, Dominic Cahoon, these are all guys who
Have played
and would know a lot of the guys who are coming over. Underestimate these guys at your own peril. A lot of crazy top end talent. If they get a few saves and they get some performances from their non-NHL guys, they could medal. I'm not kidding.
Jesse, a guy that stands out for me in that top 6 is Lucas Reichel. He's a high draft pick for the Chicago Blackhawks. Didn't work out there, so they sent him to the Canucks, and now the Canucks are trying to trade him. This could be a tournament where, the Canucks are like, hey, we're going to get something for Lucas Reichel now. But it's also a tournament where he can say, this is why I was drafted this high, right? You can take a tournament like this and maybe get a third team to take a chance on you. No?
Yeah, you're thinking he uses this as motivation, jumping off point?
Well, yeah, just be like, look at what I was able to do on this Team Germany, right? Because I think anytime you have a first-round pick, especially the guy that went that high, and they don't work out, you're like, well, there was a reason, though, that they were drafted there.
International tournaments are great for getting paid professionals to ignore an abundance of evidence for a very tiny bit of evidence.
Yeah.
Right? So I agree with the sentiment that you're throwing out there. I think he's almost like a victim of his own success. And sometimes you'll see an example of a player who is extremely talented, but maybe made the NHL a little too early. Mm-hmm. And he's almost like a prisoner within his contract.
Right. Yeah, that could be it.
He's on this team for a reason.
Okay, and we're going to get through a few more teams, but very quickly. Okay?
It's just on the Germany front. As much as as much as I love to chuckle through Adam trying to cough through all of these names, and how much we don't know EHL and what he can do. Just the way this tourney's laid out, this could be the team that gets one of the 4 buys past the play-in round.
Yeah.
They can beat up on the other 2 teams in their group, and then if they hang tight against USA, especially because they have 2 stars on their team that are as good as anybody in this entire tournament. You have Draisaitl on the top line, and you have Mo Seider at the top of your defense. Those 2 guys are going to drive everything. Everything's going to be through them, and if they have good tournaments, you can easily see them beating the other 2 teams in the group, and then hanging tight with USA, and then having a decent shot through the elimination bracket.
The 2 greatest players in German history on this team right now, Jesse, in their prime.
Exactly. Exactly. And if you get a performance out of JJ Peterka that we know he has the abilities to have, if you get Tim Stützle to play at the best of his abilities, and then you get the European guys who, I don't know how much they've all played together, but they play a certain style of European hockey that might throw off the North American skaters. There's a chance here where Germany looks really good in this tournament and has a really deep run. If you're looking for a dark horse to medal or at least get into that bronze game, Germany would be my pick.
I agree.
Let's not forget, and I think a lot of European hockey fans watching this right now are going to feel this in a very serious way. There is something that Canada and the US and maybe Sweden and Finland bring into these tournaments, and that's hubris.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're going to overlook these guys, these non-NHL guys, and they always give them fits. Like you watch tournaments all the time, and you're like, they're going to win 10-0. And it's like you squeak out a 2-1 win if you're lucky.
Yep.
Something like that. And the one last thing I was going to say, the list of players who have been better since Christmas than Tim Stützle is extremely short.
It's basically Nikita Kucherov, and maybe that's it.
It's short.
Just quickly, their first power play unit, I did want to throw this out there. Draisaitl, Stützle, Peterka, Reichel, and Seider. That's pretty nasty.
Right.
Yeah, don't take a penalty against Germany.
And Steve, you mentioned those teams that the bigger teams take advantage of, and they underestimate, I should say. The thing that those smaller teams do is they get great goaltending.
Yeah.
That's the X factor with a lot of these teams. And Grubauer, despite the years of evidence before that, has shown this year that he can be that goaltender and have a really good game.
He was runner-up for the Vesna once.
Yeah.
At one point.
There's a reason he has the contract he currently has, and it's because of that.
If Grubauer gets hot here, I don't know, I like Germany.
Yeah, I do too. It's a good-looking team. All right, let's move on to, and we're going to start to condense these just a little bit because there are fewer and fewer NHLers the further down you go. And Drew's clipping these out. So we're going to do a Slovakia and a Switzerland in the same one, and then we're going to do a couple others, okay? So let's go to Slovakia, Jesse. You got some former NHLers here, obviously, notably Thomas Tatar. Ruzicka, I think, was an NHLer for a while, and Juraj Slafkovský is sort of the big name up front.
Some guys just get so much better when you put them in their country's jersey.
Yeah.
That's Slafkovský.
Liska, Dvorsky, and Hudacek. And then that's the second line. Kellerman, Pospisil from Calgary, Regenda from San Jose, and then Takic, Sukol, and Okular, who is from Florida. I hope I pronounced his name right. He's an RFA. I don't think he's playing right now here. And then on defense, Martin Ferivari, good defenseman. Nemec in New Jersey, great defenseman. Gernat, and then Cernak as your second line on defense. And then Marincin, Leaf great.
Oh, let's go.
Martin Marincin, baby. And then Sarasnak is his partner.
I forgot he made the team.
He did. He did. And then in goalie, the third goalie. So all the wild goalies are at this tournament. I hope I say this right. Hlavec, and then Gajin, who is a pick for Chicago.
Unsigned.
And then Skorvanik, who is a European.
Is that
goalie.
Ivan?
That is Ivan.
Alan Walsh client.
Noted Alan Walsh
he's got to get in there.
Ivan's going to play.
Come on. He's playing the NHL this year. He's got to get in there.
But they don't have his team next to him. Maybe it's not the same.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
No. Anyway, it's listen, this is a group of guys, but it's not bad. Again, Slovakia is one of those.
It is not Ivan.
Oh, that's too bad. Oh, it's Michael Yvonne.
Yeah.
The lesser of the Yvonnes, let's be honest. This is a group of guys that are going to have to play insane hockey for this to work.
Of course.
Well, the thing about that is in comparison to Canada and the US, like this team can hang with the other teams in their tier of hockey teams. Like I'm putting them amongst, the middling pack here, but they're definitely a step above the Frances and the Italys of the world.
Question. No question. And I look, Jesse, the only thing that's going against them right now is they're in that Group B division, which is Sweden, Finland, Slovakia, Italy. There's one easy out there. One.
Yeah.
And that's going to be, you're in tough against Sweden and Finland if you're Canada and the United States. Imagine Slovakia.
But you don't think Slovakia could steal a game against Finland? That's all they need to do is they just need to get one.
Just one.
Because then you pencil in the dub against Italy.
I mean, that's probably the game you point to.
Yeah.
And you go, this is the balls to the walls game.
Yeah.
Their whole tourney rides on stealing one.
Yeah, Sweden's going to be real hard. Like Finland on paper is slightly less scary than Sweden, but like they're both pretty damn good. I like their decor, and it's all guys who have played pretty tough minutes in the NHL.
Oh yeah.
And
like Ferrari's no joke. Nemec is no joke. Cernak's a brilliant defender, especially in like tight games.
I mean, even Marincin was on an NHL penalty kill for how long?
Yeah.
Probably too long, but
too long.
But he was very good at moments, especially. You know where he was really good, dominant? The AHL.
Yes.
And listen, everybody's going to laugh at that. That's a fucking hard league.
It's the second best league in the world. Most half the players in this tournament don't play in a league.
He would have been an AHL All-Star. And the thing with Marincin is you always did the Gandalf thing. You shall not pass.
Yeah.
Zone entries. He eliminates them.
Yes. And with a shorter neutral zone. Like I know that is one of the most under talked about factors. Everyone's like, oh, the arena's smaller. Well, how is it smaller? They took all 3 feet, if I'm not mistaken, out of the neutral zone.
The zones are the same.
That's a big factor. And I think that's going to screw a lot of people up. It was weird to watch with the women so far.
Because it's so little time. It's just all of a sudden you're at the blue line.
And you're in D-zone, neutral zone offense.
2 strides, and there's the blue line.
It's been very weird to watch, and it'll be fascinating to see how every team adapts.
How do you, if Finland's the game, how do you do it? You're talking about Lindell Heiskanen. Like, that matchup is going to be really tough for this group. How do you do this? It's got to be low event, like Berube's perfect style of hockey kind of thing.
You got to try to have it be low event, and sometimes you just need one guy to be a complete battering ram, and you just got to go, listen, I need you to play hero ball here. And for Slovakia, that's Juraj Slafkovský. This is why the performance you put on for your country is what got you drafted first overall.
Right.
And we need you to do that again. Otherwise, we're cooked.
I'm not familiar with the Wild goaltender, but he's undrafted, has 0 career starts in the NHL. So I wonder if he's going to be able to hang. That's one thing I'm really worried about. That's why I'm not like too high on this team being a dark horse team, because I don't know the goaltending.
Well, if he's with the Wild, he's probably good. Right?
Yeah. I got to say this. I mean, they're great goaltending evaluators, no question, with the Wild.
Yeah.
I want to move us to Switzerland if we can. This team if you don't want to pick Germany as a sleeper, you might want to pick their next door neighbor, Switzerland.
They're very, very good.
This team's really good. And it's top line is Fiala, Hischier, Meyer, like Timo Meyer.
Yeah, that's extremely good.
Niederreiter, Pius Suter, and Philip Kurashev as your second line. And then Sven Andrighetto, who played some time in the NHL.
Andrighetto.
Dennis Malgin, former Leaf. Berchi. I think that's Sven Berchi. It might be. I got to check.
Svengeance.
No, Christoph Berchi, not Sven Berchi.
Oh, boo.
And then we've got a 6th-round pick in 2021 in Simon Knack. We've got an undrafted Calvin Turkov, you think?
Calvin.
Cal. And then on the bottom line, right wing, Damien Riet. who did
Drives a Fiat.
How dare
Stop. Defense is pretty good too. Jonas Siegenthaler, some guy named Roman Josi, never heard of him. JJ Moser, who was the return for Sergachev in the trade between Utah a couple years ago. Bernie from the Columbus Blue Jackets. Kukan and Fora, who I'll be honest with you, I don't know them. And then
Kukan.
Kukan.
Kukan, I want to
Tell me
say,
about Kukan.
I think he played games for the Blue Jackets.
Here you go.
Yep.
And then in goal, you'll know Akira Schmid if you're a Devils fan and a Vegas fan. When all your goalies are terrible, Akira Schmid is good. When they're good, he's terrible.
It's a really weird dynamic, but that means he might be incredible.
He might be because Reto Berra. Remember Reto Berra?
39 years old. He's got to be one of the oldest hockey players in this tournament.
Reto freaking Berra.
Very interesting.
This is amazing.
They got two old guys here. Reto Berra had an NHL career. Giannoni.
Leonardo Giannoni.
He has
Wrong team.
5 Swiss League championships with 3 different teams.
That's cool.
Oh, okay.
He is the Carey Price of Switzerland.
All right. I like that.
A lot more championships.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't understand the comparison. What are you talking about?
Jesse,
Sorry.
I'm wearing a Team Canada jersey. He won gold for Canada. You can't say that.
He was unbelievable in that tournament.
He was.
Oh, yeah. Carey was
Goodness.
No,
No, but we're talking about league
I'm
championships.
kidding.
Jesse's just balancing out his Montreal thing. He was currying favor with them on Friday.
I
Now he's-
love Nick Suzuki.
Let's move down to the power play because the first power play unit don't take a penalty against Switzerland.
No.
Fiala,
Yeah, that's
Hischer,
dangerous.
Meyer, Kurashev, and Josi. And then you've got Niederreiter, Suter, Berchi, Andrighetto, and Bernie on power play 2.
Roman Josi quarterbacking a power play is going to be effective in this tournament.
That's a better power play than what Nashville puts out. That's a better first unit than Nashville.
It's comparable.
It's better.
Stamkos, Forsberg, is Marshall on PP1?
Ryan O'Reilly. Like if this were 5 years ago, I would give it to Nashville, but I think this is better.
Kurashev might tip the scales,
Yeah.
but like Adams, you're not totally off, man.
Like that's a good unit.
Yeah.
And also not bad on the power play or penalty kill either. I mean, we saw Dennis Malgin kill penalties in Toronto. He's on PK2. JJ Moser plays a bunch of different roles for the Lightning. Siegenthaler obviously for the Devils. Strong. Listen, the Devils have had a bad year, but they do have a lot of talent on the back end. And Siegenthaler's in that lineup. They're not scratching him. They're scratching Dougie Hamilton. You know what I mean?
Well, a lot of guys in this tournament are there. Like a lot of defensemen are in this tournament because they put up a ton of points. Siegenthaler doesn't do that. He shuts her down.
Yep.
So those guys are always fascinating in best on best tournaments.
Yep.
Like a Slavin as well. Switzerland, like, boys, I'm going to be honest. I think they could have got their own video. That's a good team.
That's a very, very good team. And I think Czechia, because they're in the Group A with Canada, Czechia, France, obviously Switzerland, because we're talking about Switzerland. Czechia better be careful. Canada better be careful. You're going to have to. What I think you need to do is you got to get Akira Schmid off his game early.
You got to get him off his game early. And again, where the Czechs are vulnerable is their, because of injuries, thinned middle. Swiss might have the advantage there. So you find your advantages, find their weakness, and attack the hell out of it.
Okay, one more 2-team video. Are you ready?
Yes.
We're going to go to Latvia.
No.
Woo!
Now, this is a team that gives Canadian teams fits every single time, and it's a much deeper team than you'd expect. Latvia is always known for good goaltending. But Vilmanis.
No, this is about how deep I expected it.
Okay, well, maybe you. But Vilmanis is the guy that lit up Charlie McAvoy. They're going to play in game 1, which is hilarious.
Hilarious.
Teddy Bluger from the Vancouver Canucks. Zemgus Girgensons at right wing, and that's the first line. Tralmax, Lekmelis, Zirkles, line 2, and then Ravinskis. Okay, now these are Krastenbergs, Dogovins. I know that's Dogovin.
Kaspars Dogovin.
And then Balsers,
Rudolph-
Botna, and Bukartis. Bukartis?
I think Bukarts.
Bukarts? Whatever. It's very hard.
Whatever.
Balanskis
on the Olympics page, they all have pronunciations of their own names and they say them.
Oh, that's
play them
cool.
at some point.
Balanskis and Rubens, left and right defense. Smits, Friedbergs, Zeal, and Yaks. And then their goaltending's really good.
Yeah.
Merzlikins, Artur Shilovs, and the guy that almost beat Team Canada, Kristers Gudlevskis, who has been that guy. That guy's got to play some Olympic games. You can't let him sit on the sideline. He's a monster in international tournaments.
It's crazy how good Merzlikins has been since. Who's the new coach in Columbus again?
Bones.
Yeah, Rick. But are they allowing him to be the head coach of Latvia? Because if so, they might win gold. I'm serious.
He could be.
He's been really good for him.
Yeah.
Listen, the strength with Latvia at any international tournament is always going to be the team play. And I can't believe Kasper Stokvins is still playing. That's crazy.
Can I give you...
Give it to me.
Can I give you Gudlevskis?
Yeah.
Gudlevskis, since 21-22, he played in Sweden, had a 921. He played in the Sweden just under league, won a championship, 920. And then his last 3 seasons in Germany, 914, 930, and 921.
He's going to play.
They should maybe play this friggin' guy.
Yeah.
I like Latvia because whenever I watch an international tournament, they're like old reliable.
Yeah.
They're going to play a tight game, and I rarely see them get blown out. I can see them, maybe the score looks a little wonky in terms of like the shots or the time of possession, but it's always a reasonably close effort, and I'm never disappointed with a Latvian game. So I don't know, just pure vibes of watching international hockey. I like Latvia in any matchup.
Extremely disciplined.
Yeah.
Team. Well coached.
Balanskis is an interesting one. We saw him. We've seen him kind of emerge in Florida this year because of the injuries. I think he's really good. I mean, he's a late bloomer, but
Scored a playoff goal against the Leafs.
Of course he did.
Of course he did.
And Zirkles was he not a Leaf draft pick, by the way?
He sure was. And if I'm not mistaken, he ended up in Vegas. I want to say that was in the 3-way Robin Leonard trade.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was going to say, was it Amato, but that was a waiver pickup, wasn't it?
That was waivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a team that always play I'm going to sound like Pierre Dorian here, but they always play like a team.
Oh.
There's a Latvian way. It's low shots, low scoring, whatever, or you're going to break through our defense, but our goaltenders are huge.
This is going to be the least impressive roster amongst teams with NHL players, right?
Yes.
But we are all kind of confident in the style of hockey that Latvia always puts out at these tournaments. So I think there's a reasonable expectation that they'll be able to hang with the teams with higher end NHL talent.
Well, so 2014 for Canada, I mean, there wasn't much drama. Carey Price just decided, I'm actually a divine entity and won't be beaten. And we were sort of talking about it. The team that came closest to beating Canada at that entire tournament was freaking Latvia.
This country.
It was Latvia.
Yeah.
It's completely crazy.
And it was Kristers Gudlevskis.
It was Chris, who they've decided is their third best option.
Who's next?
The next one, and this is the last one. We're not going to do Italy, France because.
Oh, we're not at all.
Do you want to do Italy, France? We can.
No, it's okay.
Denmark. I think we have to include Denmark. This top line's not bad. Nick Ehlers, Lars Eller, Bjorkstrand.
That's not bad at all.
Then it gets a little thin, at least in NHL talent. Doesn't mean they're bad.
Yeah.
Fisker Mulgaard. What a great name. Second line center for the Seattle Kraken. He doesn't play that there. But anyway, Jensen, Blitchfield, Polson, True, Russell, Bow Hansen. I think that's Weiss and Storm. And then on defense, there are no NHLers currently. Lauritsen, Larson, Koch, Jensen, Abdo.
Really?
Abdo.
Sorry, Abdo.
Really? Koch.
Lordison and Brugasier. Sure. Freddie Anderson starting for them makes a ton of sense. Mad Sogard, who was good last year.
You're going to have to make a big old bunch of saves.
And yeah.
Freddie.
And I bet Carolina's like, oh no. Please don't make him play too much.
Yeah. No, they got
Freddie's great when he's healthy.
They got Bussy. They don't care.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And then Nissen Dichow is their third goalie. Listen, What do you say about the Danish hockey program other than it's been spectacularly successful and coming on a la Germany lately? It's just perhaps a few years behind them.
That Germany's a good comparable because Germany, like us talking about the German hockey team the way we are, was unimaginable at one point.
They didn't make the tournaments most of the time.
When it was like Marco Sturm and Marcel Gotch, who were like driving the bus.
Juve Krupp.
Yeah, and like now they have a gaggle of not just good but elite players.
Yep.
I mean, the Danes, it wasn't that long ago they won their first ever game at the World Juniors, and now any game they win, I don't think is shocking. Like that's a very good, very capable line. Probably a solid second line on most NHL teams. True, I recognize. I think he's played NHL games. He's definitely at least been in the AHL. It's not a bad hockey team.
One thing, looking at the ages of these guys who are playing on the team, obviously a lot of guys I'm not familiar with, but they've gone with not a young team at all.
You're right.
It's a very mature team who's, I assume, in the prime of their careers, if they're all 33, 27, 28. And I wonder if they're going to have some sort of really good, stable play there because all the guys, you're not trusting a bunch of young talent to maybe just go out there and we play a fast game of hockey, where they'll try and slow this down so they can actually hang with some of these teams.
You're going to have to.
Yeah.
So here's my question to you guys. Obviously, they're in Group C, which I said for the U.S., they need to win every game. They should win every game. But it's not like that division's devoid of talent. Obviously, Germany, Latvia, Denmark rounds it out. If Denmark's going to get a win, which would, I mean, sometimes at these tournaments, getting a win if you're in that position. Like I can imagine Canada at the World Cup this summer. If they get a win, that's going to be national celebration.
I remember, was it the 2004 World Cup? Trinidad and Tobago was in it, and the whole thing was score a goal.
Yeah.
And they scored a goal, and
they did it.
The whole country celebrated.
So for Denmark, what team, USA, Germany, Latvia, do they have the best shot at getting that win against? And listen, they could come in and surprise everybody, but at this point, I would think they're ranked 4 of 4 in that. What do you think is their best opportunity to have that moment?
It's gonna be tough.
I guess Latvia. Basically you're counting on your top line showing up, and does one of Merzlikins or Grubauer just have an off night? That's pretty much what you're hoping for. Maybe a team like Team USA doesn't take you seriously,
And you surprise them?
and you can maybe even take them to overtime.
You're asking for a lot of miracle saves at Freddie Anderson.
Yeah, you're right. You're asking for
asking-
2017 Freddie Anderson.
You're asking he needs to be otherworldly. Like this is how like teams who cannot or outclassed on paper get ahead. You know, it's with starting from the back end. It's goaltending, right?
Freddie Anderson's stolen a lot of games over his career.
Yeah,
it's not 36.
Possible.
No, I'm not saying it is. I just
No, I didn't accuse you of doing that.
Hey, Denmark, you suck.
I'm just saying, like, if you get a really good Freddie game against a Latvian team, they could win that.
They
Like,
could.
I'm not ruling that out. I'm not saying 3 losses here. Denmark can easily steal a game.
And Nick Ehlers is no slouch in terms of scoring. He's also, good defensively.
Adam, don't say Denmark sucks. What kind of an asshole would have a problem with Denmark?
What?
He's making a political joke, Jesse. You see, Denmark and they.
Greenland.
Yeah, he's making the Greenland joke. Anyway, so that kind of rounds out the top 10 for us.
Good one, Steve.
Just because you don't get geography doesn't mean it wasn't a hit. That was a banger.
It's going to be a very interesting group with apologies to France and Italy. Not a lot of NHLers there. I think there's 2 NHLers between the 2 teams.
Every team were like, I could see. And then it's like,
But it's cool that they're there, right? Because those programs could be the ones on the come up. France always surprises me that they have NHL players at all. Like it's like Cristobal Huet. Oh yeah, from France.
they're
Bo Gruel.
in the same way that we just spoke about Denmark aspiring to sort of be like the German program.
Yep.
And then the Swiss program before the German program. I kind of see France as that.
Yeah.
Every time I see them, they're incrementally better.
Damian Clara, goaltender for the Anaheim Ducks, starting goaltender for Italy.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's one logo.
Yeah.
Oh, in terms of NHLers, yeah.
There's 2 on France. Name them.
Two,
Belmar.
No, he's not in the NHL anymore, and he's 40.
Oh, he doesn't count. Texier.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Texier.
Who's the other one?
No.
The other one I don't think you're going to get.
Bogru should be there. I'm very upset about that.
I can't believe he's not.
That's my France hot take. Is Dominic? No, Dominic Roussel's not even in the league anymore. I don't know.
It is Antoine Keller, who was a 7th round pick of the Washington Capitals. He's 21 years old. He's not currently under contract.
Is Avito there?
Avito for France?
Yeah.
Avitu? Yeah.
Avitu.
Left defenseman. How do you know him?
I don't remember.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure he played in the NHL.
And is that Stefan DaCosta? Am I right?
Stefan DaCosta?
Stefan DaCosta is playing 4th line for France.
That dude got rocked in a Leaf game in like 2011. And he's still going.
Still going. Good for him.
Good for him.
All right. We'll wrap it up there. Obviously, we're going to be back. This week's our schedule's all the same. Next week's a little bit different. And be on the lookout. Jesse doing streams. Steve starts his streams later this week. So do I. Jesse, you're doing all Team Canada Women's. And it was a pretty damn good start, huh?
Yeah, let's go. That goalie, though, she made that game close.
She did.
That was great. The shots were nuts.
Shout out Maurer.
The Steve Dangle Podcast. Follow the guys on Twitter at Steve_Dangle, at Adam WYLDE, and at Jesse Blake. Connection complete.